Hurts, slant, Brown, lunge, touchdown Philadelphia. A.J. Brown snatched it out of the air for the score. Checks wing, well hit ball, and there it goes. Number 300 for Ken Griffey Jr., one of the youngest ever in the major leagues to reach the 300 home run plateau.
Bothered by Lou. Iverson.
How about that? Steps over to Rob Lou. 7 straight points by Iverson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody to another episode of the Louis Sports Network on this Monday night. It is Monday Night Lou on the Louis Sports Network. We got two teams that right now are trying to make sure that they're in great playoff positioning by the time the playoffs start. Is it a rivalry? I don't know yet. Hopefully they meet in the playoffs because I would love to see a KD versus Steph matchup, wouldn't you? It is the Phoenix Suns against the Golden State Warriors at Chase Center here tonight on the channel. Salute to Suns Nation. Salute to Dub Nation. I'm supposed to be doing the game with my man, the notorious one, G Money. Hopefully he is able to do the stream with me. Hopefully I'm not lagging also. Oh, just as I just mentioned, right on cue. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce you to the notorious one, notorious G Money in the building. What is going on? What is cracking, shaking, and baking, G Money? How are you tonight? And are you ready to do this game?
What's going on? What's going on? I am ready to call the Battle of the Titans tonight. What's cracking, slacking, cool cast? What's going on, Big Lou? Please click those likes for my man, Big Lou. Louis Sports Network, one of the best shows in the house. Gives you the meats and potatoes of each game, each sporting event. Come on, he's a cool guy. He's an awesome person. Please click those likes for my man. And also subscribe to my show, The Last Laugh Podcast, with me, Big Z, and Prince. It will tell you all the news around the sporting world.
G Money, I gotta say, you got quite a future in this digital journalism because the way you just came in with that introduction was pretty awesome. And I didn't even have to ask the question because usually I would ask G Money, where can they find you at? But you just laid it all on the table already. I didn't even have to say anything. So that just makes it even more hype for this game. G Money, continue to talk to the crowd for 1 second. I just got to go get my tea. Shout out to Daniel Berry. I see you in the chat, guys. Hit that like, subscribe, share the stream for tonight's game because the commentary is going to be a surefire banger as G Money always does. Salute to Nets World. I'll be right back, guys. Carry on.
All righty. And speaking of carry on, well, the Suns are looking to clean sweep the defending champion Golden State Warriors for the first time since 2011. Though, ironically, the Warriors and the Suns both were sitting at home watching the playoffs that year. But right now, the Warriors and Suns are going neck for neck. Golden State is only 2.5 behind Phoenix and Schneez, behind the Suns who are 4, and the Dubs who are 6 in the Western Conference, though. So right now it's a battle royale to see who's going to get home court advantage. And who knows, could this be a potential juicy first-round preview? Wink, wink. Keep your attendance up. Salute everyone in the chat. Salute Nets World, Daniel Berry. It's going to be a juicy game. You know, who you guys got tonight? Who do you think is going to be the last team prevailing? Something tells me the Golden State Warriors are going to finally break the Suns' hex and they're going to get a W tonight. I'm going with the Warriors at home in Chase Center, which they have been golden this season. Golden State has won 6, has just been dynamite at home, 28-7 at Chase Center. They haven't lost at home in a while. I mean, Golden State the Warriors have been a little bit set your front. They just came off a win against Milwaukee after being in the 8-point hole with 1:50 to go, and they turned the tables on the Bucks, winning that game in overtime. So Lou, who do you got tonight? Suns or Dubs? I got the Dubs tonight.
Am I lagging on your end? No, looks like I'm okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, it's just probably my laptop is probably a little laggy. But to answer your question, let me see. Hold on. Wait, before. Yeah, I'm a little laggy on the OBS from what I can see. Okay. I'm okay now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, I got the Golden State Warriors winning tonight. I felt like for some reason, I know they're still missing Andrew Wiggins. I know that they're still missing GP the second, but and I know that the Bucks didn't have Giannis on Saturday, but I really felt like that game in which I felt Milwaukee which I thought they had full control of. The fact that they blew an 8-point lead with as little time as they did, and Steph Curry carrying them down the stretch with those 36 points, with most of them coming in the fourth quarter and overtime. I think that the Warriors might get themselves. I'm not going to say that they're going to go like on a crazy win streak, but I feel like they could do something like, they could go like 7-2 or maybe like 8-3, in these next couple of games or something to kind of really push themselves to try to avoid a play-in spot and, make themselves in the playoffs. And what did you think of Steph Curry's performance on Saturday night against the Bucks?
The chef had delicious fried deer with mashed potatoes. He was magnificent. Bro. He 36 points, 22 in the fourth quarter in overtime, getting to the hoop at will. The 3-ball, sweet like twine. And also, even his defense. Don't forget, he had the big rejection on Jrue Holiday to keep the Warriors' dreams alive. So that was huge there. Steph Curry was magnificent. Didn't let the Warriors die. Didn't let the Warriors die at all. So a Curry-tastic performance for the chef.
Awesome. You know what? And the crazy thing is that I felt like, when I did the Pelicans and Blazers games last night, it was crazy because that game got the most votes to do. But the crazy part was we had no Brandon Ingram and had no Damian Lillard. And what I want, and it's unfortunate because I really wanted those two stars to play because I feel like it would have been even a better game last night when you have those stars. But what was your thoughts on Trey Murphy's career night of 41? He looked like he was on pace to go, about to go to 50. But his 3-point shooting was, I know it's against the Blazers. They're 27th in defensive rating. They're not a great defensive team. I think overall they're like about 27th, 28th defensively overall. But, this is the NBA. So, like, what was your reaction when Trey Murphy just got hot from 3 and finished with a career-high 41 points?
It was Trey Murphy, slicky like Eddie Murphy. He was unconscious. I mean, his 3-ball, sweet. His getting to the rim at will. His defense was locked down. Trey Murphy is going to be a nice player in the NBA. He was on fire. He shot with confidence. He shot with grit. And he showed a lot of tenacity, man. Trey Murphy was just torturing the Blazers and make sure the Blazers were not on the right trail. He was magnificent.
And the crazy part is, and I'm so mad about this, I did a little bit of the World Baseball Classics, and hopefully my Team USA beats they beat Canada tonight because we got our asses kicked by Mexico last night. That was a tough game to watch. But anyway, getting back to last night, it's crazy how I do that game, and it was pretty much a blowout at that point. With the funny thing is, Trey got off to a great start. Then C.J. McCollum had already took him for points by the second quarter. And then the third quarter was all Troy Murphy. And then it was pretty much like that the rest of the game. So I'm just like, yo, real quick before we get into the shout out to Freddie. Appreciate that.
What's going on, Cool Cats?
He says, Lou the Dawn. He says, what a MFN duo. Appreciate that. My man Dennis in the building. He says G Money, G Man Breen, aka he's calling you the Mike Breen of the commentary.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is. Okay, real quick. Netsworld says I have a buddy that does not like LeBron at all, and he even calls him a bum. But when I say his top 5 players of all time, LeBron is in there, and I'm like, what? I think what it is that I think he recognizes the accomplishments of what LeBron's accomplished and has probably got him in there. It's like one of those things where I don't like the person, but I respect what he's accomplished. I feel like it's one of those things because I feel like if he deeply does not like the person, like he would not have him, up there. Let me ask you a question because I know we have about tonight's game, but I want to talk about last night. And the crazy part is that the New York Knicks, they get a big win last night in LA, and I'm saying to myself, LA was coming in that game as the favorites for that game, and the fact that they did not pull that game off, and look, the Knicks are a good team. They are not the Toronto Raptors. The Knicks are a little bit better than that. Shout out to Freddie Gee for the $4.99 donation.
Thank you.
Salute, my friend. Appreciate you as always, man, whether we agree or disagree. Appreciate you as always, man. Freddie, you my guy, man. Don't worry, but no question. But my question is that, what do you think about the Knicks pulling off that win last night? And what really bothered me was that, listen, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, they kept getting to their strong hand just about all game long. And this is, we won that game without Jalen Brunson, who, let's face it, the Knicks struggle to close out games when Jalen Brunson's not on the floor. So the fact that we almost blew the lead again, just like how we kind of did against the Mavericks, maybe not in dramatic fashion, but at the same time, I felt that the Lakers did a poor job of fouling and just not understanding the situation.
Agreed. 14 seconds to New York. I remember Schroeder had a layup, right? It was 110-108 New York. If you're the Lakers, why not foul either Hartenstein, who's in the paint, or you're going to foul Julius Randle? That was just stupid on their part. 14 seconds on the game clock that the Knicks pretty much eviscerated to get to the foul line, which was smarter than on New York's part. And Josh Hart, cool, calm, collected, hit 2 big free throws. The Lakers' time management was terrible. And also, Lou, they missed 7 free throws. 80 missed 4. 80 missed 4. Reeves missed 1. Troy Brown missed 1. And Dennis Schroeder missed 1. Yikes! That pretty much broke their back.
Well, yeah, if you're the Lakers, I mean, I get if Troy Brown misses 1 or something like that. I mean, it would be bad if he missed it, kind of like in the clutch. But my problem is AD, though. You're the best player on the team since LeBron.
It was bad.
And quite honestly, you missed 4 free throws. That can't be. No, I'm sorry. And
Russell was shut down in the fourth quarter too.
Yeah, no, he was cooking through 3 quarters, and then they couldn't stop him. But I felt like the Knicks with their strategy, and the thing is, Anthony Davis, I mean, I'm going to say this right now. Against the Raptors, he got away with scoring 8 points in that game against the Raptors. If the Lakers would have lost that game, and the thing is, the Knicks had lost 3 straight games coming into that Sunday. And I'm thinking to myself, the Lakers are going to get this win. I said, the Knicks are struggling. You just lost to the Clippers. It's a back-to-back. I mean, you face the Clippers in the afternoon, and we know the Clippers, they don't do well in afternoon games. But they were able to get it done, and, they were able to win. But then at the same time, I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm like, you got the Knicks who are reeling, and you almost won. You got off to a good start, but the Knicks end up winning this ball game. Randall and RJ Barrett get 30+ apiece.
Phenomenal. And also Quigley, Hartenstein, Obi, even McBride were big time.
Listen, Emmanuel Quigley, he's been playing unbelievable basketball. Basketball. Really. But if you're the Lakers, you got to get that game. You got to get that game. I mean, the thing is, first of all, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, what do they have in common? They're lefties. So they kept going to their strong hand all game long. And remember, Julius Randle last game was getting criticized for the way he played against the Clippers. He comes out against the Lakers, and then he puts up 33 big points.
And played good defense, too.
It can't happen if you're the Lakers. Yeah. And Anthony Davis, you scored 16 points and 15 rebounds. I expect those numbers from like a Nick Claxton, who's doing a good job in his second year with the Nets. Like, it's a big game for him. But you can't have that. TJ Gaming, shout out to TJ Gaming, guys. Make sure to hit the like as you guys come in. Shout out to Ryan. He says, "What are my thoughts on the Jalen Ramsey trade?" Well, he helps the Dolphins, but he doesn't really move the needle. And I will say that now that they got Vic Fangio as their defensive coordinator, I feel like it's going to help him because remember, you got to understand, Ramsey is a zone corner. He doesn't play well in man-to-man coverage, so you're going to see him in probably a lot. Look, in order for Jalen Ramsey to be effective, you have to have a good pass rush, a good front four, and if you can drop back 2 safeties, Jalen Ramsey is only 28 years old. Listen, he's a talented player. Don't get me wrong, but at times, some people have even said it, James. They feel like Ramsey's kind of overrated. He gave up 7 touchdowns last year. 7. That's not great. He gave up 7 touchdowns last year. That's a lot for a corner. So, I'm pretty sure there's some corners who've probably given up more, but I'm just saying for the defender that Ramsey gets praised at, and he's a 6-time Pro Bowler. So I'm just saying, he will help the Dolphins. He will definitely help them. The thing is also, though, the Dolphins, they got to worry more. They have to worry much about Tua, though. That's the thing. The fact that he gets injured a lot, he's a small quarterback. It's like, can he really last long in the NFL? And it's like, if not, then they're going to have to consider, getting a quarterback if Tua's not going to be able to be,
Right, and they also got Mike White. I think that's a good pick of you, the Dolphins. That their problem last year was quarterback with Tua being out. They got Mike White, who played well for the Jets. I mean, 2 years, $60 million.
Yeah, so I think Jalen Ramsey, he will help them out, but I'm just saying, like, it's not gonna move the needle unless Fangio uses him the right way. You got to have a good front four.
Yep.
He said, okay. Dennis says they ain't doing squat because they're always active in the offseason with nothing to show for it. Like I said, I don't listen. The Dolphins they're a good team, but like I said, they're gonna go far as their quarterback play goes because they have two of the best receivers in the NFL in Jaden Waddle and Tyreek. I got a Tyreek Hill jersey. I'm a Tyreek fan, but I just think that with them, they're gonna go as far as their quarterback play goes because the Dolphins have a solid defense. And like I said, Jalen Ramsey, he's going to be effective as long as you put him in zone coverage. You put him into man-to-man, he's going to be a liability on defense. He's going to be a liability.
That's true.
And that's what somebody who's made what? He's what? I think a 6-time Pro Bowler, I think.
Right. And sorry, guys.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. So, G Money, can you look at some? Wow, I'm looking at that score at the bottom of my screen. Would you look at that score right there between Houston and Boston? Boston's been reeling up late. What's going on there?
Boston had won 2 in a row going into this game, but think about this. Here's what's crazy: the Houston Rockets are about to blast off against the Boston Celtics. We're talking about Rockets team going into this game that's 15-52, the worst record in the NBA, and on a 3-game slide. This would be a disgraceful loss for the Celtics. Disgraceful. I mean, you're only a game and a half above the Sixers, who are streaking on a 5-game hot streak. Only game and a half behind the scenes. This will be a bad loss for the Celtics. If you notice, Lou, Boston's played down to their competition. They lost to Orlando 3 times, Indiana, Chicago twice. They're about to lose to Houston. They almost lost to San Antonio.
They've lost twice to Orlando this year.
3 times, in fact. 3 times to Orlando.
You're right. 3 times. That's right.
It's unacceptable if you're Celtics. This is unacceptable. The Thunder without SGA.
Oh, speaking of the OKC Thunder, Karam was here last night, and I was telling him that, he's proud of the Thunder, and I said, they're a good defensive team. I said, they have shown capabilities of being a good defensive team, but I always feel like there's a part of me that sometimes I look at the Thunder, and it's like, at times they look like a playoff team, and then there's other times where they look like they're tanking, and it's like, I don't know which Thunder team am I going to get sometimes, despite that they've been right there. But the thing is that the Thunder, they came into the season with no expectations. So in my opinion, they overachieved this year with the players that they have. And do I think that the Thunder are going to make the playoffs? It's going to be tough to say with these games coming up because of how tight the West is when it comes from the 4th seed all the way down to like the about 12th to the 12th seed. It's pretty tight. And so do you think that the Thunder, fully healthy, can they be a playoff team, or do you see them as a play-in team? And I said this is difficult for me to assess just because of how tight things are and what their schedule is looking like. Do they have a tough schedule coming up?
Right. I mean, OKC can be a playoff team. I don't know if they will, but they can be a playoff team. They are very fast paced. They like to shoot the 3 ball. They have very good playmakers like SGA, Josh Giddey. Losing Kendrick Williams will be tough though, because you lose a defender and a 3-point shooter. But OKC does have a shot to make the playoffs. Do I think they'll get in? I'm gonna say no, but I think they'll be in the play-in. I think if I were to have to guess, something tells me they'll find themselves in the play-in.
Okay. Real quick. Nets World says, Louis, in my opinion, the most disrespected NFL player today is Josh Allen. Here's what I think about Josh Allen. Does the man have tremendous talent? Yes. But I feel like he's trying to be Patrick Mahomes when I watched him play last year. If you notice, he does not really have that home run wide receiver. Like Stephon Diggs is not Tyreek Hill. Like Stephon Diggs is a great receiver. But what I'm saying is Tyreek Hill's speed is like, it's incredible. And Stephon Diggs does not have that kind of speed. And my issue with this is that the coaching staff they kind of let Josh Allen like expose himself in the fact that he be trying to make a lot of home run plays when he gets into the end zone. And instead of trying to go for the right play to put you in a position to score, he tries to get too cute and do too much. And next thing you know, this dude is turning the ball over, because Josh Allen was turning the ball over a lot after they had the bye week. Like the last when he came back from injury, he was just turning the ball over like crazy.
Yeah. And he looked horrible versus the Bengals too.
Well, let's face it. Freddie says, give Lamar the Bills' offensive weapons and give Josh Allen the Ravens' offensive weapons. Let's see how that turns out. Well, quite honestly, the Ravens got some decent. Lamar needs a number one receiver. I mean, he's got a great tight end in Mark Andrews, but his receivers and his running backs haven't been able to stay healthy.
Right. Well, speaking of staying healthy, Klay Thompson's been healthy. He just stroked the trifecta, and the Warriors dropped first blood 3-0 Golden State. Here's cross bounce by the DAD with a spin around and throws up the floater. Hibbity Hop can't squeeze it up and in, and Kevon Looney coming from the pine with the rebound. Warriors on the run. Here's the Dante DiVincenzo bulldoze his way to the hoop, squeezing D's his way to the cup, and the Warriors spiking the Suns early, 5-0 champs though. Warriors 28-7 at the Chase Center. They've won 7 straight games here in their confines in Yay area. The last team to beat the Warriors at Chase was ironically the Lakers without LeBron James. The Suns trying to sweep the Warriors for the first time since 2011. Here's Chris Paul, hands off to DA. Here's Devin Booker at the right wing mid-range shot. Rat-a-tat Sal. Off the board by DA. DA hands up to Torrey Craig. Craig, he'll pump up a 3, and he'll throw up an airmail. Josh and Kobe trying to bulldoze his ways. Both diving, digging. Last touch by the Suns, and the Warriors will get the ball right back. Golden State 2 for 2 early. 10:55 to go in the first. Draymond Green bounce passes to Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo walking on riding his bike, looking for a Warrior buddy. Looney sending the high screen, hands up to Dre. Dre at the left elbow. Looking. Draymond Green wiggling, jiggling. Dishes up back to DiVincenzo. Josh and Kobe right on his grill. Here's Draymond Green in the low block. Agreed, takes a mid-range shot. Hibbity Hop can't squeeze up it in, and DeAndre Ayton flying for the rebound though. The Suns trying to sweep the Warriors for first since 2011, though. Ironically, they're one of the teams to beat the Warriors at Chase Center, though, without Chris Paul, D-Book, and DA, though. Amidst Brick.
G-Money, you there? G-Money, you there? Don't know what happened. G-Money disappeared. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to try to get the link up so that I'm able to watch it. Give me 1 second, folks. I don't know why my thing is like lagging a lot, but he was definitely watching it. Excuse me. Why does it keep doing that? There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to hit the like, make sure to hit that subscribe. Free G-Man Breen, I'm done. I'm done. Freddie says Lamar needs a down the field threat and a bona fide number 1. Diggs over Andrews. No, like I said, Andrews is good, but like I said, he's not the deep 3-3. You need somebody that is like can run like post patterns, and that's like Andrews is not. He ain't that type of receiver. Like you're not expecting a lot. But I'm saying that he has a good tight end. He has a good tight end. Does he have a great tight end? No. Mark Andrews is good though. But I said that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now, Golden State leads 8-0 right now in the Chase Center. Smash the like, hit that subscribe right now. My screen is buffering, but hopefully things can get it together right now. Here we go. Warriors up 10-2. CP3 pulls up for three, and it misses. And the rebound is off to Devon Looney. Here comes Draymond Green. Gives it out to Klay Thompson. Off to Draymond. Gives it over to Steph. Steph dribbles around. That's away. He's got a mismatch with DeAndre Ayton. Takes a step back jumper. And Curry misses. Offensive rebound to Devon Looney. Looney to DiVincenzo for three. No. And rebound is two. Devin Booker. Hold on, I'm gonna have to refresh this page because right now this thing is going crazy slow. Like I said, my thing has been going like let me just check real quick. Hold on, let me go back and click. Let's see if this will do better. Next one, he's going to be suspended. Come on, Draymond. All right, Warriors lead 13-4, ladies and gentlemen. That's like that's a start. Great defense by Draymond Green. Clay picks it up, pulls up for three. No. The pass is given to Chris Paul. Chris Paul, Kobe, open for three, and it's good. Kobe's been playing well as of late for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 13-7 game. Wait, how many commentators are doing this game today? All right, here's Draymond. Nice pass inside the Curry. And the reverse, up the basket, bust the foul. All right, here's Curry at the free throw line, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like, hit that, subscribe. Curry makes it. And we got a 16-7 ball game right now. All right, give me 1 second, Money. My director's back in. Kobe misses the three. Booker gets it, and it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, everybody, my computer froze.
Yeah, no, my computer's lagging, so I don't know what's going on over here, but all right, here's DeAndre Ayton. National like, hit that, subscribe. Ayton in the post. And it gets defended by Draymond Green. Suns coming off flat, and we got a foul on CP3. All right, G-Money, go ahead, bro.
Right. So right now, I'm way ahead of you. Right now, 16-7 Golden State. Right now, it's been a sunset, to say the least. The Warriors are shooting a red hot 55% from the field. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry ain't coming out with gusto. Klay 8.35 from the field, 204 from the great beyond. Chef Curry continues to cook. Chris Paul and the Suns 2-3 from the field, nailed the three on the other end. So that's the thing right there. Phoenix, the 3 of 11 from the field. They're just jacking up threes at this point. That's why they're struggling. And also, Golden State's done a great job preventing the Suns' drives in the middle. And that's what's giving the Warriors a little leg up, though. To make it easy for you, Lou, I'm going to send you Sports Surge to make it easier so you can keep up, you know?
No. I clicked the link already, and I clicked the third one. The problem was it was at the exact thing, but the problem is because my computer's lagging, it's like slowing down, and it's like then it goes behind when I was literally right at where it's at. So I'm trying to see if I can use the computer somehow. so that I can pretty much be
Okay.
caught up and stuff.
Right. You don't want me to see the league again? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, speaking of
right now.
Right. Speaking of a team that's coming out hot, early out of town scores, the Kings right now are rolling. They're up 14-6 on the Bucks. Man, Sacramento, they're 8-1 since the All-Star break. They're gonna be uber duper scary right now. The Rockies on the verge of upsetting the Celtics 108-105 at H-Town. The Pistons wallop the Pacers 117-97. The Heat sweep the Jazz 119-115. The Grizzlies put their bear claws on the Mavericks, winning 104-88. And the T-Wolves absolutely wallop the Hawks 136-115.
All right, there's G-Money with the out-of-town scores right now. We got 6:24 remaining in the first quarter. Looks like we are at a timeout, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, the Warriors off to a great start. They lead 16-7 over the Phoenix Suns, and I know that the Phoenix Suns, they need Kevin Durant back for this reason. Kevin Durant, the Phoenix Suns gave up a lot to get him. Kind of reminds me of what happened with the Warriors at one time, but the thing was because they were leaps and bounds ahead of the league for like about a year or two. It was not as glaring when you look at the bench. But it's like the Suns really don't have a bench, and it's like Kevin Durant has to be healthy, and he's 34 years old. So it will hurt them down the stretch, especially in the playoffs if you're going against a more deeper team, which is why it's important. It's imperative that Kevin Durant comes back because of chemistry. The thing I will say about Kevin Durant, and I think you'll agree with this, G-Money, is that he's able to blend into any system because he doesn't take away from the team. It's either he just blends right in with what they're doing, and if anything, he could bring up even a bigger positive because of what he adds to it too.
That is true. You're right, Kevin. And also another thing too, Kevin Durant can slither his way, move without the ball too. So that's why him and D Book are like two peas in a pod. That's why, like you said, they're gonna need a healthy Durantula, and if they want to win, if they want to get back to the finals and win it all. And he could defend too, so yeah.
KD has actually played solid defense when he's been on the court. Now, is he ever going to be a lockdown defender? No, but he's actually played solid defense. And the funny thing is I felt like KD should have had a couple of defensive selections already, but I felt like the media was going to get on Kevin Durant pretty much after what happened after 2016. He's been their number one, public enemy number one on the media. So even though I felt that there were some seasons that he actually deserves some defensive selections, maybe a second-team all-defense. I'm not going to go. I don't think he's ever played at a first-team all-league defender level, but some second-team defensive teams, I think he would have been great. It would have been nice for him to have, but he's never gotten
those all-team defense. Well, the Suns are not playing defense because Klay Thompson's coming out scorching. 14 early points from Klay Thompson as DeAndre Ayton from the baseline nails the jump shot. Warriors running the Suns out of the building, 22-9. Golden State. Chris Paul diving and wiggling in a straight jacket with Draymond Green, and it's a jump ball called right now. And Draymond Green, man, he's infuriated right now. He has to watch his attitude because one more technical foul, he gets suspended for a game. Right now, the Suns getting hit with a haymaker, 22-9 Warriors, though. Whoo, man, Chris Paul and Draymond Green, two of the feistiest players in the NBA, diving for the orange ball. And it's a jump ball called. And right now, the Warriors have just come out hot. The defense has been phenomenal. Their offense just swing the ball around the horn. And the Suns, they just look stuck in the perimeter triangle at this point. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Phoenix getting killed 22-9 as Kevon Looney hands to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson deflected out. Last touch by D Book. 5:19 to go in the first quarter with 14-24. Like I said, if you look at the Phoenix Suns, they're only 15-19 on the road. So then, even if they have won three out of 4 road games, they're not a great road team though. Here's Klay Thompson toasting, throws at the floater, and cheeses it in. Man, mama coming Klay, mama coming hot. 16 for Klay Thompson, and the Warriors just blowing the Suns out 24-9 Golden State. Here's Devin Booker at the right elbow, shoots a mid-range shot, and that will pop out the weasel, rebounded by Jermichael Green. Dubs on the push. Here's Jordan Poole on his horse. At the bounce pass to Draymond Green. Draymond Green guarded by Chris Paul. Draymond Green hands it to the chef, and it's stolen. Damian Lee steals it. Here's Damian Lee fake the three, he'll shoot a three, and he'll nail the trifecta. Damian Lee, former Dub, able to lightning strike the three, and the Suns down 24-12 at Dub Nation, and an offensive foul called on Jordan Poole. So nice defense there by Phoenix. Suns just need to just steady the ship a little bit. 24-12 Golden State with 4:28 to go in the first quarter, though. What do you think about Damian Lee, Lou?
Damian Lee's actually played well off the bench for the Phoenix Suns. He's had a really nice, solid season for them. I don't know how many minutes I know he doesn't get a lot of minutes played, but he's actually been pretty good. I didn't think that he was going to play as well as he did compared to the fact that he was playing in Golden State. But the good thing about Damian Lee is that, again, he is a good locker room guy, plays hard. You're going to get 110% from Damian Lee. He fits in nice with the system, and I think it's like the systems are like really not that much different from Golden State compared to Phoenix because he's still playing in a system. It'd be different if he was playing in a system that benefits really more so one player than it does the rest of the team. So, but I think he's been solid for the Phoenix Suns. Can't say nothing away from Damian Lee. He's been pretty solid.
Well, big time solid, and Klay Thompson has been more than solid tonight. He's been dynamite. 18 in the first quarter for Klay Thompson, getting into the break. And the Warriors right now just putting the hammer down the Suns, 26-12 champs. Beautiful outlet pass from the chef up to Klay. And the Warriors ain't coming out with a killer mentality. 3:50 to go in the first quarter. The Phoenix Suns getting absolutely clocked. 26-12 in the first quarter, though. And like I said, the Suns are trying to sweep the Warriors for the first time since 2011, but it's not looking pretty if you're a Suns fan. So Klay Thompson just been amazing. 18 points, moving out the ball. He's looked great at home, by the way. Josh Okogie hounding Dante Vincenzo, beautiful ball movement, and Cameron Payne steals the ball. He's Cameron Payne on his high horse. In the little paint, hands up to DA. DA in a Warrior straight jacket. And he loses the ball, and it's stolen by Jordan Poole, and the Warriors on a push, though. The Suns with 5 TOs, early Warriors with 4. Here's Jermichael Green, left wing three, bang! Jermichael Green nails the 3 ball, and the Warriors overwhelming the Suns, 29-12 in the first quarter, though. Splash time, baby. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. Wow. What a beatdown.
Facts.
Whew. Yes, Chef Curry's playing tonight, Freddie Gay. Steph Curry's playing tonight. Yeah, Steph Curry's playing tonight. But you know who's playing uber good? Klay Thompson. Some Klay cooking in the first quarter. 18 in the first, man. Just coming out, showing D-Book who's the boss tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe for the Louis Sports Network. It is free. Make sure you guys hit that like, man. We got G-Money Hoops already in the building, man, calling the game, doing a great job. Trying to find the streams have been like difficult, folks, because it's like even if you get the right stream, sometimes it still lags and then you're like far behind compared to somebody else. But doing the best we can right now, like you said. Warriors are putting a butt whipping, man. Klay's got 18 of the team's 29 first quarter points right now, so he is red hot. Phoenix are going to have to make some defensive adjustments. I know the focus obviously is on Steph because he is the engine of that team when it comes to their style of play. But at the same time, if you control Steph but can't stop Klay and Klay's points become impactful, then that becomes a problem. So you're going to have to find a way to contain that, especially if you were trying to get back into this game. So once again, guys, I got my scoreboard is old also with the other scores. It's just that the difference is that what I did, folks, was that I decided to give it a little bit of a different look. And also what I realized is that I'm trying to bring these characters more lifelike. So if you guys see how I got the Warrior players, they're kind of like blending in, transparent a little bit with the scoreboard I have on top. So hope you guys enjoy that. And hope you guys like the setup and look. So it just made a little couple of things different. That was part of the reason why I haven't been streaming a bit, because I wanted to make things look a little bit different too. Within time, we'll obviously get more people in to play these games and stuff like that. But Freddie G's got a question. Who do you guys coming out of the Western Conference? Well, let me ask you, Freddie G, who do you think is coming out the Western Conference? Then that's a good question to say.
That is fully healthy. I thought the Clippers for a moment, but I know they're playing well, but it's too inconsistent for me. Fully healthy, I still think the Phoenix Suns. Because think about it. If you get Kevin Durant on the floor, you can't trap Durant, Devin Booker, or Chris Paul. If you get Kevin Durant on the floor, he's another good on-ball defender that can hit clutch shots, who's athletic, can get DA involved, Chris Paul involved, Devin Booker. And don't forget, you have Terrence Ross, who's been big. You have Damian Lee, who's been huge. Even Landry Shamet, he's not playing tonight, by the way, Landry Shamet. He's another catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. I think fully healthy, I got the Phoenix Suns coming out the West.
My concern with Phoenix is their defense, along with the fact that it was a little bit different with Golden State in terms of their culture because Kevin Durant is kind of in a similar situation. Just the difference is that Chris Paul is past his prime. He doesn't have to do much, but you know that they're going to consider this a super team if the Phoenix Suns were to win the Western Conference and possibly win the NBA championship. Who do I have coming out the West? I don't trust the Denver Nuggets. I feel like they're going to be an early playoff exit despite their regular season record. I'm not fooled by the Nuggets one bit, and I don't trust Jokic and that team. I feel like Jamal Murray's going to disappoint me somehow, and those guys are going to be eliminated. So I don't trust the Denver Nuggets. The Clippers is interesting. They're deep, and they have won 3 straight games, so they're starting to figure it out. My only question is Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. My question is also Paul George in the playoffs because Paul George, he can go from playoff P, as he likes to call himself, or no-show P. So it really depends on, because the thing is with Kawhi Leonard, you get consistency out of Kawhi Leonard. Has Kawhi Leonard had bad series? Yeah, he's definitely had some bad series and bad games. But Kawhi Leonard is the most consistent player on that Clippers team. And the Clippers have a different makeup. I like it. But I'm just not too sure about the Clippers. It's crazy. You know what? If I'm going to go out of the limb, as much as I don't want to pick them, it's tough. Call me crazy, but I got the Golden State Warriors coming out the Western Conference. Call me crazy, but I got Golden State coming out the conference. It's like I got the Clippers and the Warriors as long as they don't meet in the earlier rounds. If they happen to, I got the Clippers and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals because I think the Clippers will figure it out. Now, if they get eliminated, I wouldn't be surprised. Sacramento is a very hungry basketball team. I still don't think that they're ready to make a deep playoff run as of just yet. Even though in this Western Conference it is more watered down than in previous years, I don't think the Kings are ready to make that push. The only way I can see it is if the Kings face teams that have a couple of key injuries or if they get the playoff matchups that they want. If they get those, then I can see the Kings making an unexpected deep playoff run to the Western Conference Finals. But don't get me wrong, the Kings have overachieved, and this is a very hungry basketball team. And I like what the Kings are doing over there. And I'm so happy for Mike Brown, proving to people that he can coach if you give him a really good team because he is a good coach. It's just his problem is when he's dealing with superstar players, he gets pushed around a lot because he doesn't really know how to deal with them. But
That's true.
You give him a good team, I'm telling you.
That's true. And the Suns are getting pushed around right now, getting killed 37-14. JaMychal Green on the steal and with the rim crusher. JaMychal Green with the rim crusher. And right now, the Golden State Warriors showing the Suns who's boss. 39-14. Golden State just putting a complete on Phoenix in the first quarter. A 25-point lead for the Warriors. Unbelievable. Here's Devin Booker in the paint, hacked and whacked. A minute, and he'll get him keister to the free throw line. Here's the Warriors. Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Another thing mentioned, I know Iguodala is not what he used to be, and he's got 17 years in the NBA. He's 39 years old, but I feel like there's a little bit enough in the tank left, especially when GP II and Andrew Wiggins come back. I mean, their perimeter defense is going to be really good when they come back. And the thing is, the only question is their perimeter defense good enough to make up for their lack of interior? That's going to be the question. Because teams really, if they have the size, they really should pound the Warriors inside because then you can slow the game down and you can wear them down over time. That they're not pulling and hitting threes in transition and coming off screens and stuff like that. Freddie mentioned a point. He says if the Lakers are healthy and they sneak in healthy, we got to watch out. But he says that's more unlikely if I'm being honest. Shout out to Jay also in the building.
So I think it depends who the Lakers play. If they play like the Kings in the first round, I think they'll beat the Kings in the first round. But if they were to play or like the Grizzlies without Ja and injured and no Brandon Clark, and we don't know when Steven Adams is coming back, then I think they'll beat the Grizzlies. But if they play like the Nuggets, a healthy Suns, a healthy Clippers, I don't think so.
The Lakers have not been able to solve the Clippers at all in the regular season. I mean, playoffs are a different animal. Obviously, the Lakers do have a different team, but I still feel that the Clippers are still better than them regardless, in terms of a team, because they're deep. And it's like, I think if Russ is able to play under control and continues to buy into the system that Ty Lue has, I'm telling you, this Clipper team could really do go, all the way. It really does depend on who the Lakers play. And the thing is with Anthony Davis. Listen, man. I get. Listen, Darvin Scam, as I continue to call him, because he is Darvin Scam. He does not know how to put the right lineup in the game sometimes, and it's unfortunate that Mo Bamba's hurt, because I felt like they could have put him inside with Anthony Davis in terms of having a big lineup and in the close games. Because the Lakers, they've been giving up a lot of points in the paint. If you've watched the Lakers play, they've been giving up quite a lot of points in the paint that to smaller teams that they really shouldn't. And part of the problem is sometimes the dribble penetration has been giving the Lakers a couple of has been giving them problems, along with the pick and roll defense, which I don't really quite understand sometimes in terms of how they play it. But Darvin Scam has been terrible with some of his lineups. In terms of how he plays some of the players.
Right.
Dennis Schroeder, to me, is not a starter. I don't know why he starts. He should be coming off the bench. I feel like he's a liability as a starter, and he should be coming off the bench. I don't understand that why. D'Angelo Russell cannot be your best player neither. If he's your best player, you're not going to win nothing. He can't be your best player. He can't. He's great. He was unbelievable. Against the Raptors late in the fourth quarter. He was great for the most part up until the fourth quarter against the Knicks. But that's the whole thing, though. They got to get everybody clicking at the same time. You can't have Beasley go hot and cold. Jared Vanderbilt, if he gives you anything offensively, it's a plus. I do like his defense, but I know some people were like clowning him because they were like, oh, he was getting cooked by Julius Randle and all these kind of cats. I'm like, well, it tends to happen. Even the best defenders get cooked every once in a while.
Right now, right. And speaking of getting cooked, the Suns are getting cooked right now in Dub Nation, getting doubled up, 42-21. Draymond Green at the right baseline, looking for a Warrior buddy. Terrence Ross right on his schnozola. Draymond Green bounce past to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson hands up to Moody. Moody in the straight jacket throws up the floor. Hibbity hop. Can't dance it in, but he will get himself to the strike with 1.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. And look at this, Lou. Golden State right now shooting a sizzling 73% from the field because they're getting to the hoop at well. Phoenix on the other end have been the Phoenix Buns tonight, 38% from the field, really because they're just shooting a bunch of jump shots. And the Warriors have done a great job preventing the Suns' drives in the middle. As Moses Moody nails the first freebie, 43-21 Golden State. Kevon Looney coming in from the pine. Replacing Jermichael Green, who was big time in the first quarter, though. The Phoenix Suns, this is the biggest deficit they have saw in the first quarter all season. Just want to throw it out there, though. Moses Moody breaks the freebie. H. Weimer with the rebound, throws up a Hail Mary, and no dice. After one, the Golden State Warriors absolutely trucking the Suns, 43-21 after one. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry outscoring the Suns by themselves, 30-21. Klay with 18, the chef with a baker's dozen. After one, the Warriors clobbering the Suns, 43-21 in chase. Wowzers.
Okay, that was great. That was awesome. That was nice. Freddie G says, I don't see the Lakers being healthy throughout the playoffs, though. Jay says Beasley has to hit more shots. Shooting around 27 will eventually hurt the Lakers. You know what really frustrates me about Beasley? When I watch him, he's got really nice, he's got a little nice in between game. I've seen him hit some floaters and stuff like that.
He can fly to the rim.
I would really love to see him do more of that and stop settling for these It's not that he can't shoot those shots in transition, but it's he tends to fall in love with that. With those outside shots a little too often. And it's if he's not hitting them, it's he keeps shooting them. And it's you can do more than shoot the ball. Get yourself some easy baskets to get yourself in a rhythm. Because the thing is, the Lakers can't afford for you to only be hitting 27% of your shots. If that's going to be the case, the Lakers can't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, D'Angelo Russell cannot be your best player. He's your third option. Possibly a number two, but he cannot be your number one option. He can't.
Right. And right. I agree. No, Beasley could finish at the rim too, but like you said, man, he sells for too many threes sometimes. He if you're Bees, use your size to get to the hoop though. He does have some athleticism.
It does.
The first quarter, it was all dubs. I mean, another thing too into why Golden State is walloping Phoenix right now. I mean, not only hitting 8-11 from three, they're just swinging the ball around the horn from baseline, from backdoor. They're moving the ball around the horn. The Suns at the other end, I felt Phoenix is getting trapped in the paint. I felt that you see Devin Booker and Chris Paul getting the balls out their hand. I felt you see DeAndre Ayton get pickpocketed a lot. And that's why the Suns are right now having a huge mountain to climb. What was your analysis of the first quarter, man?
No, Phoenix's defense was not great at all in that first quarter. I mean, I felt like the Warriors got whatever they wanted. Raining threes, Klay Thompson, defensive resistance was not great. They let him score 18 points in the first quarter. My thing is that you know what you're going to get out of the best players on the Warriors. You have to get those other role players to beat you. It cannot be the best players on the team. And they let Klay go off early because it's we got to pay attention to Steph. Okay, I get that because he's the best player on the team. But don't forget that other guy, Klay Thompson. He's no slouch neither. So they have to do a better job because the thing is that Klay Thompson, it keeps going all game, and Phoenix is still struggling to score the ball because the Warriors have played well defensively right now in the first quarter. Yeah. But we know the Golden State Warriors, even with that precious 28-7 record at the Chase Center, they have a tendency to blow double-digit leads, and they can get very complacent. And one of the things that they start doing is turning the ball over and get nonchalant with the basketball. So the Phoenix Suns, all they got to do is force the Warriors into easy mistakes, get themselves out in transition, and the Phoenix Suns are right back in this game.
That's true. And also the guy used the mid-range shot though. If you're Phoenix, utilize the mid-range shot and get themselves to the foul line because the Warriors do hack sometimes. So let's see. Cameron Payne bringing the ball up the court, and I think is a defensive three. And the whack is called, and the guy changed the clock. My fault. It's a clock. 11:52 to go in the first quarter. Second quarter, I'm sorry. The Phoenix Suns have a huge mountain to climb. Getting absolutely hit with a tsunami. 43-21. Warriors on top. 11:55 to go in the second quarter. Warriors trying to win their 8th straight game at Chase Center. Last time they got knocked off at home was against the Lakers, though, on an ABC Saturday primetime game. The Phoenix Suns at the other end, they're trying to go for the clean sweep of the Warriors for the first since 2011. And for the 16th time this season, the Warriors have scored 40 points in the quarter, and a karate swat by Draymond Green rejecting Cameron Payne. Get that trash out of here. 11:49 to go in the second quarter, though. Beautiful D by the defensive player of the year, Draymond Green, just taking Cameron Payne's lunch money. Here's Damian Lee at the top of the feeds up to Bismack Biyombo. Biyombo hands off to Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne wiggling in the gym. Draymond Green runs to Cameron Payne, face it off to Biyombo. Biyombo in the Warriors straight jacket, throws up the floater and glides it home. Bismack Biyombo scoring, and the Suns down by a dub, 43-23 Warriors. Here's Jordan Poole, pumps up a three-pointer and throws up a clunkaroo. T. Ross bring the ball up court. Terrence Ross at the dribble driver takes the mid-range shot. That was spin out. Ross shoot the three-pointer, puts it in. T. Ross is the boss, and the Suns starting to turn the wheels a little bit. 43-26 Dubs, scoring the first 5 points in the second. Draymond Green trying to stop the bleeding, hands up to Jordan Poole, and the shellac is called on Damian Lee. A little too handsy there. 11:02 in the second quarter. The fouls call on Damian Lee. 14 on the 24 though. The Phoenix Suns they're 2.5 up on the Warriors for the number 4 seed in the Western Conference. The Dubs right now are just, they're this number 6 seed in the West, trying to get out of that dreaded play-in. Here's Jordan Poole, hands off to the streaking hot Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson at the baseline shoots a mid-range shot that was spent out, and T. Ross bite the bullet, and the foul is called on him. So Klay Thompson will tap dance his way to the free throw line to get points on the 19 and 20. And man, Klay Thompson if you look at Klay Thompson, he's been very underrated his whole career though. If you look at Klay Thompson's career, Klay Thompson was the number 11th pick in the 2011 NBA draft out of Washington State though. And if you all remember in Game 6 against OKC, he hit 11 threes. He broke the first freebie and had 41 points in Game 6 against OKC, though. So arguably his best game ever. And early in this year, he hit 2 12 3-point shots this year against OKC and I think against Houston early in the year, though. So and Klay Thompson's looked really good, not only offensively, but his defense is not starting to come into form. So Klay Thompson splits the difference at the line, 44-26, defending champs on top. Devin Booker right now looking when his next flight is going to be. Here's Ish Wainwright at the left wing, drives baseline and is shellacked by Draymond Green by Jermichael Green, my fault. And Draymond and right now Warriors are looking, and Ish Wainwright will get himself to the freebie stripe, though. If you remember Ish Wainwright, if you look at for the Phoenix Suns, Ish Wainwright, he's the number. He was undrafted, mind you, from Baylor, played with them from 2013 to 2017. He's been with the Phoenix Suns for now 3 years, from 2021 to now 2023, though. So good for Ish Wainwright, though. And he nailed the first free throw and calmly hits the second free throw. And the Phoenix Suns now starting to turn the ship around. 44-28, Golden State, outscoring the Warriors 7-1 to start the second. Here's Jordan Poole, guarded by T. Ross, hands off to Klay Thompson, baseline beyond guard. Klay Thompson pumps up a three and rains it from above. Klay Thompson from downtown, give him 22 points, and the Warriors just continue to put the Suns to oblivion. 47-22, Golden State. Here's Cameron Payne, bounce pass to Biyombo. Ish Wainwright in the paint, hands up to Biyombo in the post. Biyombo in the floater and knocks it down. Bismack Biyombo with a beautiful floater, and the Suns now starting to perk up offense with 47-30 Warriors. Here's Klay Thompson at the left wing, bouncing in the paint. Klay wiggling, jiggling, shooting, and breaking. Rebound by Damian Lee, and the Suns now starting to push, though. Here's Damian Lee in the push. The judge hands it to Cameron Payne. Payne in the plane, and whoopsie daisy, he stepped on the sideline, screwing the push there, and 9:45 to go in the second quarter. The Warriors coming out hot early, though. The Phoenix Suns with their 7th turnover in the first half, though. And Cameron Payne really let the dog loose, though. Should have watched his right foot, stepped on the sideline, and Jordan Poole will bring the ball up court. Feast to Draymond Green, hands off to Jermichael Green, hand off to Klay Thompson. Ish Wainwright like a junkyard dog deflecting the ball out. 9:34 to go in the second quarter. Golden State right now shooting 68% from the field. 9:34 to go in the second quarter, though. Jermichael Green was sub out, though, with 13 under 24. No Jonathan Kuminga, no Andrew Wiggins, no Gary Payne. Klay, fadeaway three. Boom, goes the dynamite. Klay Thompson, hotter than a pepper jack. Half of the Warriors' 50 points, 25 from Klay Thompson. Here's Cameron Payne with the floater, knocks it down. Cameron Payne able to wiggle and jig with the floater, and now the Suns down 18 points, but they got to get some stops still because the Warriors are scoring with ease. Thompson, three-pointer, throws up a brick. Cavallo with the offensive board. Jordan Poole wiggling, jiggling the paint, and able to scoop it home. Jordan Poole puts it up and in, and the Warriors keeping the pedal to the metal. 52-32, Golden State. Here's Cameron Payne bringing around the Rosie in the paint. Bounce pass to Bismack Biyombo. Biyombo in the paint. puts up another floater, and throws up an airmail. Warriors on the run. Warriors on the push, though. Jordan Poole, wiggling, jiggling, deflected out, last touch by Cameron Payne. 8:38 to go in the second quarter. And so far, Lou, Klay Thompson continues to scorch the Suns. Woo!
He's going to have 50 points by the time this is over because right now they're just letting them right now. Klay Thompson's getting whatever he wants right now. He's just red hot right now from the field.
Tell me about it, though. Tell me about it. Here's Jordan Poole at the left wing. Torrey Craig went on his grill. Nice bounce pass. Iggy getting Iggy with it with the yabba dabba doo rim crusher. And the Warriors continue to clobber the Suns. 54-32 Golden State, though. And look at this, Lou. The Warriors have outscored the Suns in the paint, 20-10 in the paint, though. That's bad news if you're Phoenix, though. Here's DeAndre Ayton at the baseline. He'll shoot a mid-range shot and throws up a clunkaroo. Offensive board, Torrey Craig in a Warriors straight jacket. Hands it to Ross. Ross puts up a three, throws up a brick. Another offensive board. It's Wainwright hands it to Torrey Craig. Cameron Payne hands it to DA. DA in the paint, throws to the Florida. Hibbity hop, hop, hop. Nope. And Andre Iguodala finally flies in for the rebound. Here's Jordan Poole pushing on his high horse. Hands up to Moses Moody. Feeds the piece to Poole. Poole way downtown. Boom shakalaka. JP3 from the heavens. Timeout Monty. The Phoenix Suns getting absolutely bludgeoned. 57-32 Warriors. A 7-0 burst by the Warriors. 7:39 to go in Dub Nation. Warriors. Wow.
7:39 remaining here in the first half right now. Warriors lead by the score 57-32, 25-point lead, biggest lead of the game for the Warriors. Shout out to Karam. He says, yo, Louis, it's hard to watch the Mavs right now. The problem with the Dallas Mavericks is they're not a good defensive team. They have a bad defensive backcourt. Their defensive backcourt is very ISO heavy, but that's really more so Luka Doncic than Kyrie Irving, because remember, when Kyrie Irving first came to that team, Kyrie Irving was actually playing together with those guys, and they were responding really well to the way he was actually blending in and playing with those guys and getting guys involved. The Luka effect, his problem is he's a young player, but his inability to play off the ball is what's going to hurt the Dallas Mavericks. Not just the fact that Kyrie Irving and Luka take turns in who scores tonight, my turn, your turn. That my turn, your turn offense isn't going to work.
Agreed.
Especially when the fact that you're not a good defensive team. So the Mavericks' best bet is they have to outscore teams in order for them to get a chance to win. When you can't rely on defense, and if your offense fails, it's going to be hard to watch. And speaking of the Memphis Grizzlies, the problem with the Memphis Grizzlies, and so the thing is, Luka is the one that has to make the adjustment, not Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving has already won a championship. He actually proved that he could play off ball. This is more so Luka Doncic for him to figure it out. The Grizzlies cannot play Warriors basketball. They tried to play the Warriors style, they'll get knocked out of the playoffs again.
Agreed.
John Morant is not Steph Curry. You need to play your game. It's all about pace and making the team play to your style. Don't put yourself in a position to be playing their style of basketball. Force the team to play your style. The Warriors struggle with that grit and grind physical play. You have to make them do that and score against them inside the paint, because the Memphis team is one of the better rebounding teams in the NBA. But you try to outshoot the Warriors, you're looking for disaster. That's playing with fire.
It's going to be Curry's outshooting the Warriors, like what the Suns are doing right now. And when I'm watching this game, the Suns are not utilizing their size in the low block. If you notice, Lou, you see that the Warriors are quick to the ball, trapping DA, trapping Book and Chris Paul. And you see the Suns are just trying to play pop a shot, only one shot, and they're not getting rebounds. And that's why the Warriors in this first half continue to expound, though. Golden State shooting a exquisite 70% from the field, just splashing the Suns out the building.
And let me just say this real quick. I really feel like Monty Williams will be on the hot seat if the Phoenix Suns don't look like they make at least another Western Conference Finals appearance. And I say at least that because I feel like he's kind of lost the locker room a little bit, even with the addition of Kevin Durant, because him and DeAndre Ayton, they have issues, and their issues stem from 2021. It was even worse in 2022 with losing to Dallas. And I feel like, to me, if they don't right this ship. And Kevin Durant, I'm saying right now, the Phoenix Suns, they got to win an NBA championship. They don't win a championship, there's going to be some changes. And I'm telling you right now, Monty Williams will be on the hot seat. And then at this point, you're going to have to say, Chris Paul, it's, I think, time for you to hang it up to.
Very possible. And speaking of Chris Paul, he's bringing the ball up the court, at the right wing, looking for a Sun buddy. Gets running getting trucked. Here's Devin Booker, almost got his cookie stunned. Booker in the floater, puts it up. It counts in a foul. Devin Booker breaking the zone, throws it the juicy floater, and give that young man a chance for a 3-point play. Now it's Golden State up Michael Jordan-esque 57-34 on Phoenix. And if you look at D-Book's whole career, Lou, Devin Booker, the 13th pick out of the 2015 NBA draft, used to play with Kentucky for 1 year, and 3-time All-Star. Devin Booker Swiss cheese the freebie. Remember, we all remember him against the Lakers in Game 6, had a 47-piece wing dinner, and the Suns down by 22, though, in the 2021 playoffs, by the way, when he dropped 47 points on the Lakers. Josh Okogie guarding the Chef. Now you see Okogie guarding the Chef right now. Hands with the Iggy wiggling and jiggling. Iggy hands with the Looney in the paint, scoring and glorying. Beautiful cut to the rim, and the Warriors continue. The beat goes on, 59-35. Golden State with 6:55 to go in the first half, though. DeAndre Ayton the high screen. Chris Paul bounce past DA, and DA glides it in. Beautiful pick and roll to a perfection, and the Warriors still are big, 59-37 at Chase Center. Steph Curry at the left wing, hands up to Looney wiggling and jiggling. Got his cookie stolen by Chris Paul. Chris Paul and the Suns on the push. Here's Josh Okogie on the baseline drive. Okogie hands up the Booker on the drive. Booker with the Houdini, chiseling and whistling. Booker ain't a crook, and the Suns now starting to make a move. Down by 20, 59-39 with 6:15 to go in the second quarter, though. If I were Phoenix, get this within like 12 or 15 by half. So Kevon Looney at the right elbow, directing traffic, though. Beautiful pass to Iguodala, 7 on the 24. Here's Iggy handed to DiVincenzo, rejected emphatically by Torrey Craig. Here's Josh Okogie slicing and dicing with the floater, and whoa! Steph Curry bites the bullet and goes for a blocking foul, and now Josh Okogie will get himself to the foul line. Former player for the T-Wolves, and now the Chef has 2 personal fouls called on him. The Suns down by a dub, 59-39, trying to turn the tables on the Warriors and trying to go for the season sweep, though. So what do you think about the second quarter so far for you, Lou? Phoenix making a move a little bit, though.
They need to make a move. This is the only way they're going to get back in. They're going to get back in the game. And like I said before, the Warriors. I said you give them a 20 to 25 point lead early in the game, they will let you back in the game and make the game much more interesting than what it should be as the game goes on. See, the Warriors, if you give them this lead late in the game, like if they start to pull away, it's a bit different. Like they're most likely going to most likely they win the game. But when the Warriors give up an early 20-plus point lead, or at least double digits, right, the game gets more interesting, and then the Warriors are playing. They're playing not to lose rather than playing to win, and that's when they start. That's when you start to see mistakes. Phoenix to start kind of playing carefree, and then. But the funny thing was, I think the Warriors.
Yeah, Josh Okogie clunked the 2 freebies, and Chef Curry able to be on the high horse with the dipsy do and 1. So Steph Curry says, "Right back at you, Lou."
Mm-hmm.
And then DeAndre Ayton is not a culprit, so Chef Curry would get himself to the freebie strife for point total number 15, though. Okay, so Golden State up by 22, 61-39, just absolutely just slicing the Suns up to pieces in the first half. And Chris Paul surprisingly is called for the foul. 5:42 to go in the second quarter, though. And speaking of Chris Paul and Steph Curry, remember, Chris Paul and Steph Curry had their own rivalry, you can say. 2014, Chris Paul had knocked off Steph Curry and the Warriors as a Clipper, by the way. The Clips beat the Warriors in 7. 2018, the Warriors knocked off the Rockets in 7 games. And then 2019, Chef Curry splashed out CP3 and the Rockets, knocking them off in 6 in the 2019 second round, though, without Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins, though. So Steph Curry at the line, able to complete the three-point play. And the Suns right now just back where they started. 62-39, Warriors on top. No Jonathan Kuminga, no Andrew Wiggins. But no Wiggs, no Kuminga, no props for the Warriors, though. Here's Chris Paul at the right wing. Hands up to Josh Okogie. Okogie in the paint. Dancing, prancing in the hoop. Can't put it up at home. But he will try to redeem himself at the freebie strike coming up. 5:31 to go in the second. And the foul is calling Kevon Looney. And he'll have 2 freebie strips coming right up, though. If you look at the Warriors' next schedule coming up, Golden State has a 5-game road swing coming up, though. They're playing in Staples Center against the Clippers on Wednesday. Then they got to go to Hotline on Friday. Got to go to Memphis again on Saturday. Go to H-Town on Monday. And they got to go to Big D next Monday. So, excuse me.
Three of those 5 games are going to be very tough. And the question is, can the Warriors listen, 28-7 sounds great. When you think of a 28-7 home record, you're sounding like a 50-win team. The problem is they're nowhere close to that. And the reason being is because of how horrible they're on the road. They're a better defensive team at home than they are on the road. Their defense is not. Usually they say defense travels, not in the case with the Warriors. They need to get healthy, obviously, but their defense does not travel from at home till on the road. And then when you watch, their offense has really been their defense, because if they struggle to score, they're pretty bad defensively. So,
That's true. And DeAndre Ayton was a bad man at possession, finishing with authority and crushing the rim. And the Suns down by 20, 62-42, with 5:07 to go in the second. You're watching the NBA on ESPN.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I told Karam that Luka healthy is still a problem. Thigh bruise injury doesn't change Luka's need to adjust, because that's the problem. Luka has to adjust. Kyrie had them boys balling, even if it was only 3 games. They actually looked pretty good. They looked really fluid, and they played as a team. Yeah, I know they caught the Clippers by surprise, but even still, like I even said when I did the game, I said, they're gonna keep it close. But I said, I probably think the Clippers going to pull it off. The Clippers never got back into the game. They tried to get back into the game for a little bit, and the Mavs just kept pouring it on. And Kyrie did a great job of just reading the defense. And every time that they tried to adjust to Kyrie, Kyrie was able to adjust right back and always kept his guys involved and not try to get stagnant offensively. They beat the Kings. But yet when Luka faces the same team, they lose. Luka has to make the adjustment or they're not going to win. He has to.
I agree. And my other problem with the Mavericks, man, other than they have no defense, 1, they don't really have much of a bench. 2, they don't have any big whatsoever. And 3, their offense is too streaky. This is when we all have to use the eye test, all right? This team doesn't utilize the mid-range game other than Kyrie. They don't utilize the mid-range game a lot. Like, they take too many threes. They don't share the ball. They don't utilize they don't really have much size. And Jason Kidd's adjustments, I don't like it though. They want to play your turn, my turn, rather than play together as a team. Bullock has been inconsistent. Dwight Powell, McKinley Wright, Josh Green. I mean, they're just too inconsistent for me, man. And I
was gonna say, you see how in football you need an offensive coordinator to call the plays, to be able to call the plays on offense for the quarterback and for the team and for the offense. It's the same thing with Jason Kidd. He needs an offensive genius on the sideline calling the plays. Mm-hmm. Jason Kidd is not capable of doing that. He never has been. Not when he was with Brooklyn, not when he was with Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee, and not right now with the Dallas Mavericks. He's never really been an offensive mind as it is anyway. They need to get an offensive assistant coach that is going to help organize their offense and running some of their team sets.
Yep. That is true.
Jason Kidd as coach, unless he has an offensive coach on this assistant coach.
That is true though. That is true though. And speaking of offense, Golden State's offense has just been piping hot this whole game to this point. 66% from the field. I know it's cooled down a little bit though, because the Suns are playing harder defense a little bit though, but the offense has been flowing, getting to the hoop at will, sharing around the horn, playing physical with the Suns. Even though the Suns' offense is perking up, that 21 points in the second quarter already after 21 in the first quarter. The Suns are having it hard offensively, though. If our Phoenix get this lead within like 12 to 15 by half, what do you think, Lou?
No, Phoenix, if they can get themselves, let me give them a real number. If they can get themselves within like about 11 to 13 points, I give them a shot. 11 to 13 points.
Right. Devin Booker was going full speed ahead, but Klay Thompson with the steal, and the Warriors will get the ball right. Thompson pumps up a three-pointer. Bang! Klay Thompson hotter than a pepper jack. 28 points in the first half, and the Warriors walloping the Suns 65-42. Klay Thompson hotter than a sauna. DeAndre Ayton in the high screen. Chris Paul at the left elbow jump shot knocks it down. Chris Paul with a good J, and the Suns offense perking 23 points in the second quarter, but down huge 65-44 Dub Nation. Here's Dante DiVincenzo hands up to Draymond Green. Draymond Green feeding the beast. Klay Thompson, nice closeout by Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo feeds the beast to Draymond Green. The swish, Draymond Green in the paint, hands at the Klay. Klay pumps up a trifecta, throws up an airmail. Nice defense by Phoenix, though, with 3:55 to go in the second quarter, though. And Phoenix will have the ball right back, though. Well, the Phoenix Suns, ironically, one of their road wins was in Dub Nation, winning by 12, despite no Chris Paul, no D-Book, and no DeAndre. Chris Paul with a mid-range shot, 2 for 2 in the second quarter. Chris Paul now starting to sizzle a little bit. 65-46, Warriors on top, 3:40 to go in the second quarter, though. Josh Okogie right on Chef Curry's grill. Kevon Looney in the high screen, the double screen. And a turnover. Suns on the push. Here's Devin Booker on the push. Devin Booker looks to slow down. Booker in the paint. Fading hands to the Chris Paul. Carl dancing and prancing. Chris Paul with the floor, hands to the DA. DA hands it back to CP3. Almost a turnover, but they save it. Chris pass to Torrey Craig with a dipsy do and scoop. Torrey Craig, like Sanjay Craig, tough like nails, and it's a 6-0 run by the Suns, and they're down by 17. Phoenix shooting 48% from the field, Golden 63% from the field. Here's Draymond Green in the paint. Draymond Green dipsy doing and scoring. Draymond Green on a tightrope and squeeze it up and in, and 67-48, champs on top, though. 2:48 to go in the second quarter, though. Steph Curry guarding Devin Booker at the left wing. Devin Booker in the straight jack in the double team. Torrey Craig hands to Chris Paul. Chris Paul tap dance with the floater, knocks it down. Chris Paul now starting to get himself involved. 6 quick points in the second quarter and 7 assists, but hasn't really been all that impactful for CP3 in this game. So let's see. DeAndre Ayton guarding Chef Curry. Here's Curry hands up to Kevon Looney at the foul line. Here's DiVincenzo. He'll pump up a 3 and ring the bell from downtown. Dante DiVincenzo 3 and a 70-piece first half by Golden State. 13-20 from 3. Left wing 3 from Paul. Throws up a clunkaroo. Torrey Craig with an offensive rebound. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Devin Booker wiggling and jiggling. Booker throws up the Houdini and banks and fangs it home. D-Book banks it in, and the Suns down by a bundle. 70-52, Warriors on top. DiVincenzo hands up to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson at the elbow jump shot, throws up an airmail, and the Suns will get the orange rock right back. So Phoenix now starting to methodically cut the lead a little bit, though, as we down as much as 25, though. A minute 45 to go in the second quarter, though. Kevon Looney will sit his butt down. Kevon Looney has been a pest against the Suns tonight, rebounding, playing good hard-nosed defense, underrated perimeter defender. Chris Paul bring the ball full court, though. Dante DiVincenzo guarding CP3. Aiden will, at the top of the key, hands up to Devin Booker. Booker wiggling, jiggling, throws up the floater, can't put it up and in, but he will get himself to the line. And Dante DiVincenzo got hit in the Schneid zone. That's going to sting in the morning. Whoo, that's good sting in the morning, though. Mm-hmm. And Phoenix will have 2 more free throws coming up next, though. The Suns are 7 for 12 at the line, so they're not really connecting their free throws. They're leaving the door open at the line. A minute 26 to go in the first half. I don't know if that's a foul on DiVincenzo. It looks like Devin Booker initiated contact. What do you think, Lou?
I can't tell because I haven't been able to get the stream uploading because it's been lagging, so I can't see from my end. But what do you think, though, on the play?
Nah. Booker used the elbow a little bit. Book used the elbow by accident, though. I don't really see how that's a foul on DiVincenzo, though. So, 1:26 to go in the first half. Devin Booker rings the bell at the first free throws. Devin Booker right now with his 16th point. He's averaging 28 in the year, by the way. He's averaging 36 PPG in the last 6 games and shooting a red hot 60% from the field, 50% from the great beyond, really since the groin injury, though. Devin Booker able to nail the 2 free throws, though, and the Suns sliced the lead to 16. So now Phoenix's offense now starting to perk up. 33 points in the second quarter for Phoenix. Josh Okogie guarding the chef. Andre Iguodala hands the beast to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson willing to shoots the mid-range shot, puts it in. Klay Thompson hotter than red hot. Devin Booker backing in. Klay Thompson right on Booker's grill. Devin Booker hands out to Torrey Craig, almost loses the ball. Torrey Craig hands out to Chris Paul. Paul trying to size up Iggy, but DeAndre ain't right there at the nail with the beautiful floater. And the Suns now down 72-56, though. Curry puts up a 3-pointer, but it's an offensive foul. Used to chicken wing a little bit, though. And the Suns will get the ball right back down 16, 72-56, and a third personal foul calling Steph Curry. So if you're the Warriors, you don't want to lose the chef in this game, though, because he's your best shot creator you got, though. And that's a push-off pushed off Josh Okogie by accident, though. So if you're Curry, you want to stay out of foul trouble, though. And if you're the Phoenix Suns, despite the fact that you've been absolutely demolished in the first half, if you can get within like 11 or 13, you should feel really good after the butt whipping you saw in the first quarter, being down 43-21 after 1. So Chris Paul will bring the ball up the court. It's 46 seconds to go of the first half. Jordan Poole guarding CP3, man-to-man defense by Golden State, though. Here's Josh Okogie, who shoot 3, eviscerated by Draymond Green, and it's deflected out. So Phoenix will get the ball right back with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter, though. So, and the Suns are in the bonus, though. But nice rejection by Draymond Green, flying like a rocket to eviscerate Josh Okogie. Chris Paul hands a DA. A mid-range shot, hibbity hop, and able to bounce and announce it home. DeAndre Ayton starting to get involved a little bit. 72-58, Warriors on top. So the Suns now starting to make a move after being killed by 25 early in this first half. Now sliced to 2 touchdowns. Josh Okogie right on Dante DiVincenzo's grill. 23 sets to go on the shot clock. 72-58, chance on top. Draymond Green sending the high screen. Here's Klay Thompson with the right wing. Devin Booker right guard on his grill. Klay Thompson, who pump up a 3. Unbelievable. Klay Thompson continues to torment the Suns tonight. Here's another 3-pointer. Klay Thompson with 33 points and a half. Gee whiz. Paul, Dance Prince, 3. No siree, dog. And halftime is upon us, though. 75-58 Warriors. Klay Thompson continues to be hotter than a burger, sizzling the Suns with 33 in the first half, though. 75-58 Phoenix. Golden State shooting red hot, 65% in the first half. Phoenix shooting 49% from the field, but they can't guard a nosebleed right now. 75-58 Warriors on top. You're watching the Golden NBA on ESPN.
That was pretty awesome. Good job. Great job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go to the first half stats, but before we do that, man, let's check out the players of the game so far in the first half right here on the Louis Sports Network. Right now, it is 75-58 at halftime. Warriors with a 17-point lead. G-Money had mentioned about cutting this game down within at least about 11 to 13 points, but right now it is 17. Still plenty of time, but still, we got to wait and see if they're able to come back and not only cut this lead, but eventually lead the game, take over. And
it's wire to wire for Warriors. Warriors are not sure for 1 second. Yep.
Oh my goodness, man. You can see in the meantime, like all of these things are having hiccups in terms of the way that this thing is freezing. All right, let's look at the full box score, ladies and gentlemen, right now, 75-58. All right, for the Phoenix Suns, it's Devin Booker pretty much in the first half. He's a minus 15 on the floor, though. He has 6 out of 9 from the field, 17 points.
Mm-hmm. Doing all in the mid-range, the dribble drive, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the only other starter in double figures is DeAndre Ayton. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
For the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson with a career high first half, 33 points from the field. And look at Steph Curry, quietly chipped in 15, 5 out of 7 shots, made all 3 of his threes, all of his free throws. Klay Thompson, 12 out of 18 from the floor, that's 66%. 8 out of 12 from 3, that's 66%. 1 out of 2, that's at the free throw line. I think it would have been a much more, yeah, this could definitely be a historic performance right now because you got 33 in the first half.
And he has 8 threes in the first half. Another thing, too, did you know Klay Thompson has the NBA record for main threes in the game 14 against the Bulls back in 2019 season? Keep that in mind.
Yeah, man. So getting back to, that's a good point. So getting back to Golden State, 2 guys in double figures. It's the same with the Phoenix Suns. All right, man. Let's go to the team stats right now, real quick, right here on the Louis Sports Network. Smash it like it does. Look at the Warriors. They are shooting a blistering 65% from the field in the first half. Phoenix was actually good. They shot 49%, but it just looks worse when you allow an opposing team to shoot 65% from the field. But the worst part is the three-point shooting, plus 33 in favor of Golden State. 14 threes in the first half, 14-3. Phoenix only has 3 3-pointers made. And free throw shooting, Phoenix has gotten to the line 7 more times than Golden State, 14-7.
Mm-hmm. But they missed 5. That's big.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, from the three-point, look at that. 14 threes made for Golden State, 3 for the Phoenix Suns. Free throw shooting, Suns have twice as many free throw attempts, but Golden State is shooting it better. Right now, rebounding 21-17 in favor of the Suns, and they are 9-2 on the offensive glass. They got to continue to try to get second chance points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. 20 first half assists from the Warriors. They're already on pace to get 40 tonight. Steals are even, blocks are even. Warriors with 6 turnovers in the first half, while the Phoenix Suns have got 7. The Phoenix Suns have scored 7 points off turnovers. Warriors 11 points off of Phoenix's turnovers. Look at that. Fast break points, 15-3. Can't keep the Warriors out in transition. Got to take care of the basketball.
That's true, though, especially with Klay, Iggy. And another thing, too, with the Suns, why they're getting absolutely mollywopped at this point, they've done a poor job guarding the back door. And I'm not seeing a fight through screens. That's why they're getting their head cracked at this point. And the Warriors, I love how they're using their body. They're moving around the horn. They're using like the mid-range shot. They're feeding a hot hand. And the only thing the Warriors have to fix is the fouling. But other than that, Steve Kerr pushing the right buttons in the first half, and then they've looked great. Draymond Green played great defense in the first half, though, containing Chris Paul. I know Booker has 17 points, but if you're watching the game, it feels like a hard 17 points. It doesn't feel he's having it easy. So complete. So it's been a complete first half. JaMychal Green was huge in that first quarter. Complete first half for the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, they were nearly flawless. I mean, what else can you honestly really say about how they played their first half? Like I said, the one thing I worry about the Warriors in the second half is playing to lose instead of playing to win. Getting away from that complacency habit that they tend to have. And then next you know, the Phoenix Suns are right back in this game. And quite honestly, they pulled them with a little bit more closer than I thought they were. It's still a 17-point game.
That is true, though. And that is true. Another thing, too, the Suns and the Warriors are 7th and third quarter scoring. The Suns are 8th and third quarter scoring. So to me, the third quarter is going to tell us if this game is going to be a juicy, spicy barn burner like we were slavering about, or is it going to be a complete snore fest?
Only time will tell. Nets World says, how do you feel about March Madness? March Madness is always an exciting time of the year. I got to get my March Madness games up in there. I want to do that. He says, I have Kansas repeating. That's who I had repeating entering the poll. I feel like Kansas is good enough to repeat. So I got Kansas winning it all again. let me know who your picks are in terms of college basketball. Who is going to win the national championship?
Man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be juicy. Man, March Madness is always one of those times in which Iron Eagle always says this: expect the unexpected. Your brackets will be busted up in air. It will go to smithereens. Expect the unexpected, man.
It's a good way to live by. Jay says the March Madness has too much zone defense, very poor. That's the only thing, though. They play way too much zone. It's been like that for years now in college. And the funny thing is, speaking of zones, legendary head coach Jim Boeheim retires after 47 seasons with Syracuse. What are your thoughts on that? If you're familiar with Jim Boeheim,
he's a good coach. I mean, he's a good coach. He helped. If you look at Jay Boeheim's career, though, I mean, spent 47 years with the with Syracuse. If you look at his career, I mean, he won the 5 division NCAA region and Final Fours, all division tournament back in 03, 5 Big East tournaments, 10 Big East regular season champions. I mean, he won Naismith College Coach of the Year back in 2010, AP Coach of the Year, NABC Coach of the Year, Hewlett IBA Award back in 2010, the Sporting News National Coach of the Year back in 2010, Claire B Coach of the Year 2000, USA Basketball National Coach of the Year 2001, 4-time Big East Coach of the Year, and also John R. Wooden Legends of Coaching Award back in 06. He's a good coach, man. He brings confidence, prosperity to the team. I mean, he's a good defensive coach. Jim Boeheim, awesome coach. We're going to miss you, man. 47 great years. He's kind of like the Greg Popovich for college basketball, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I just feel like I'm not going to do the tournament only for the reason that, I mean, it is college, but they do play way too much zone defense, though. Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. They really need to try to play some more, man. But let me see.
He also won the ACAC tournament championship in 1977. One more thing there, yeah.
I mean, hey man, he got that national title in 03 where Carmelo won outstanding player of the tournament. Yeah, so Jim Boeheim definitely coach. I mean, he loved to implement the zone defense. I mean, he's got different types of zones as Jim Boeheim, and just what an awesome legendary career that he's built. For that Syracuse program. Shout out to him, and I hope he enjoys his retirement. If you ever seen the meme of Jim Boeheim, it's the one where he's like super angry and he looked like he's about to go off on somebody, and then he's literally throwing his fist up, and somebody I remember put some mother effing peanut butter and jelly like on that sandwich, and I cracked up OD because like it's funny how dudes just love to make memes out of people, and then it becomes viral. But it was funny. Like I went back down memory lane. But
man, it was awesome. Yep.
Well, congratulations, coach. It's been a hell of a run.
That's true. That's true. Like Coach K retired last year, though. Pop, who knows? Maybe even Pop might retire after this season for the Spurs. Who knows? Amazing coaches closing their Cinderella storybook ending in 2020s. Amazing. And the Celtics lost to the Rockets. Unbelievable, man.
I got to say this about the Boston Celtics. Is it they're losing on purpose and it's a sign of things to come, or are they really right now just struggling to beat a Houston Rockets team? I remember it's almost like they beat the Lakers last year, and then it's almost letting to these other teams, in particular the the Boston Celtics, that, oh, hey, it's your turn. Now you get to feel our wrath.
Crazy. And now the Sixers are only 1 game behind the Celtics, though. And speaking of being behind 1 point, the Milwaukee Bucks, after getting their head, if you look at this game, during the battle with the Sacramento Kings, they tied things up. The Kings had a 15-point lead, but it vanished in the thin air. And now we're even Steven at 64 apiece at Sacktown. The Pistons shockingly mollywopped the Pacers 117-97. The Timberwolves mollywopped the Hawks 136-115. The Heat win a thriller, like Thriller in the Night, beating the Jazz 119-115. The Grizzlies destroyed the Mavs 104-88. And we just told you about the Rockets blasting off against the Celtics 111-109. Unbelievable.
How much is that for Boston now? They've lost 4 in a row, or is it 5 in a row?
No. Boston had won 2 in a row.
They won 2 straight, but they just lost this one. But anyway, they did came into that loop. They had lost 3 straight prior, so now this is what 4. They've lost 4 times in their last 6 games now, so they've lost 4 out of 6.
I think it's 5 out of 7. Let me check though.
It's one of those 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5, you're right. 4 out of 6. Yeah, 4 out of 6. Yeah, you're right.
4 to 6. Yeah, I had a feeling because they had won 3 in a row. No, they had lost 3 in a row before they won those 2 straight, and then they got that loss. So right now they're at 4-2.
Yeah, man.
And they're 4 out of 6.
That's true. My problem with Boston, their interior defense. Reason why they're struggling right now, they're ball watching more. Also, they're jacking up too many jumpers and threes. And another reason why the Celtics are pretty much in a rut. They're not utilizing their size. They're not getting to the foul line. Jason Tatum missed a game time shot, by the way, against the Rockets. Want to throw it out there. They're just in a rut right now. I mean, losing to the Rockets is abysmal. My thing with Boston, man, they play down to their competition. They play too down to their competition, and they better fix that come playoff time. They're going to be in trouble. And Philly's only 1 game behind Boston for 2. Just want to throw it out there.
I hear that. Jay says if Pops was retiring 100%, Quinn Snyder would have waited. He was the next in line for that Spurs head coaching job. Nets World says the Bucks are playing against the Sacramento Kings. Yes, they are. And right now, Sacramento is up by 4 in the third quarter.
With the Greek Freak back. With the Greek Freak right back in town. And the Kings trying to snap a 13-game slide against the Bucks.
Correct.
Right. So what are your keys for Phoenix and Golden State in the third quarter? What are your keys?
Golden State has to come up with energy. They have to put the Suns away for good because right now this is still a winnable game for Phoenix. And quite honestly, I think that Golden State has to take care of the basketball. Don't create unforced turnovers to where the Suns can get in transition and get some easy baskets because then eventually that 3 ball that the Warriors are winning that they've won in the first half, 14-3, plus 33 from the 3-point line in the first half. Expect that to change. What are your thoughts on Jason Tatum and the way he's played in this recent stretch? Are you starting to rethink that he possibly might not be in that best player conversation in terms of being one of the in top 5, top 3 best players in the NBA, or do you see him as a top 10 to top 15 player in the NBA?
If you talk about this season, he's been a top 5 player this season. I'm just talking about this year. He's been a top 5 player for this season. My thing with Jason Tatum into JT, he's been streakier than Carwack sometimes. Sometimes I feel that he doesn't utilize his size. He jacks away too many perimeter shots. But that's my issue with Tatum, and his defense can come and go. But if you talk about for this season, just this year, he's been a top 5 player for this season.
I just think that his recent play has kind of took him out of the MVP discussion. He's going to get some consideration, but his chances of winning MVP are very slim unless he gets crazy hot, which I don't see Jason Tatum doing. And I feel like, to me, Jaylen Brown was the better player than Jason Tatum, to be honest with you, because I don't know, man. Tatum thinks he's Kobe at times. His field goal percent. The funny thing is, he was shooting real efficiently in the beginning of the season, almost to the kind of close to the midway point of the first half. But since then, his efficiency numbers have gone down. And I still think that Jaylen Brown is the more efficient scorer than Jason Tatum when I watch them both play.
Right.
So here's a question by Nets World. What are your top 5 most players, or at least the top 5 most players that are under pressure going into the playoffs to win a championship?
To win a championship,
Chris Paul, That's
Agreed.
one.
James Harden.
2.
You got to put Joel Embiid
3. Kevin Durant. 4.
and Jason Tatum.
5. Actually, no. Scratch that. And I'm going to put in a bonus. Nikola Jokic.
Agreed.
The reason I'm putting Jokic in this conversation is as much as he's young, the problem is him winning a 3rd straight MVP and not making a deep playoff run since the bubble. It's actually going to look bad on the Nuggets. And quite honestly, the media is starting to kind of give Jokic passes, and I've kind of seen that as of late in terms of why is it that they're struggling to get wins. And look, they just lost to Brooklyn yesterday, and Brooklyn does not have a superstar player at all on their team, and they lost at home to Brooklyn. Brooklyn won on the road.
And lost to San Antonio and Chicago before that.
That's right.
Right.
Ross says that James Harden is one of them for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Their quarter has definitely just started, so go ahead.
All right, thank you. Well, DeAndre Ayton got a 3-point play to boot. Well, Kevon Looney was going for a slip roll, and he got absolutely slaughtered by Devin Booker. And Kevon Looney had himself for a freebie strike. Kevon Looney has been uber durable, has played every single game for the Dubs, has been the Dubs Iron Man. Well, he had sphincteritis, misses the first free throw. Suns down by 14, 75-61 Dubs on top. Phoenix trying to complete their biggest comeback of the season, down by 25 though tonight. Kevon Looney missed the first free throw, and he chose the second free throw, and DeAndre Ayton was flying for a rebound, though. Chris Paul in control. Send a high screen, though. And whoopsie daisy, an offensive foul call on Torrey Craig for accidentally in a tug of war with Draymond Green, which cost the Suns a possession, and the Warriors will get the ball right back, though. Torrey Craig, he screwed the pooch there. He didn't need to push Draymond Green in thin air, so the Warriors will get the ball right back. And if you look at the third quarter, Golden State is number 7 in the third quarter scoring. Phoenix is number 8. So this third quarter is going to tell us if this game is going to be a barn burner or if the Warriors are just going to pretty much have a martini and sit back. Klay Thompson for 3, throws up a break, but Kevon Looney right there, skying like an eagle and throws it down with the offensive rebound, and the Warriors back up 16, 77, 61. Devin Booker on the dribble drive, dancing, prancing, chiseling, but shellacked, so he will get himself to the freebie stripe. 10-16 go in the third quarter. Golden State up 16. Klay Thompson breaks the 3, which is shocking the way he's been shooting, but Kevon Looney, Johnny for the Warriors, and Devin Booker will look for points 18 and 19 at the free throw stripe, though. Devin Booker shoots the first free throw and knocks it down. Point number 18 for D Book, though. And Steve Kerr will call T.O. will burn another timeout. 10-16 to go in the third. The Warriors up by a joker, 15, 77, 62. Golden State 10-16 in the third.
All right, going back to the comment section, says Nets World had mentioned about Paul George, and
Agreed.
That's another guy that is under pressure in terms of not being able to perform in the playoffs consistently and has to win a championship, because Paul George is very well known for making excuses. He's done it plenty of times, and who's he going to excuse it this time if you don't get it done? Russ?
Oh, I was tired. Oh, I had to go to a wedding. Come on, bro. I broke my finger. I broke my computer. That's why I played bad. Come on, dude.
Jay says Embiid has more pressure than James Harden. You can't get injured in the playoffs again, which has been a theme for Joel Embiid. And also, it's not just the fact that he's been injured. He's kind of gotten out. Not really necessarily outplayed. Not necessarily outplayed, but the thing is, he's allowed some of the smaller power forwards kind of push him around. He needs to dominate and be the bully inside the paint. He cannot be bullied by smaller fours. That should not be happening to Embiid. because then that tells you he's really not an alpha. If that's the case, you got to own that team and you got to want it.
Agreed. He's been getting his lunch money taken by Al Horford, by Marc Gasol, Clint Capella, Bam Adebayo. It's unacceptable if you're Joel Embiid, though. You got to use your boost strength to body cast in the low block, though. Don't just tee up threes and trying to play like a, PU-SSY. Come on, man. He's had a magnificent season this year. You can argue he's been the MVP. You can argue this he's been the MVP, but he has to, calm down, gather his feathers, and dominate in the playoffs offensively, defensively, if the Sixers want to finally capture that gold ball in June. And show IQ too.
Yeah. Freddie Gee says Embiid is the MVP and the best big man in the game on both sides of the ball. Would you agree with that?
You can make a case. Yeah, he's a way better. You can make a case for this season. At first, I thought Jason Tatum at first, but he's kind of been inconsistent for me. You can say Joel Embiid's been the MVP. He's leading the league in scoring, underrated passer, been great defensively. And if you notice, Lou, he's been durable this season, if you notice, though. So you can say that Joel Embiid has been the MVP for this team. I mean, look at it. They're number 3 in the East. They're one of the leaders in defense. James Harden's turned back the clock with them. Joel Embiid's been the MVP, you can argue, this season. And he's been big in fourth quarters.
Oh, yeah. Jay says PG
Great
wants Russ. PG wanted Russ for one reason, to take the fall, which is kind of like what I feel like, again, I feel like Russ was there to be another scapegoat, and I hope that's not the case. But Paul George knows very well how to use Russ as a scapegoat because he did it in Oklahoma City. I won't be surprised if it happens again.
Right.
Ness World says Jokic definitely deserves pressure. You can't three-peat in MVPs and fall short in the playoffs. First of all,
agreed.
If Jokic wins a third straight MVP, he's going to join the league company. First of all, he's going to be the 4th player ever to win 3 consecutive MVPs in 3 straight seasons. The only other players to do it, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, and Larry Legend, Larry Bird. They're the only 3 players in NBA history. But what do those guys all have in common compared to Nikola Jokic?
Gold bling bling.
That's exactly. And G Money's on the money with that. They all got championships. They all have championships. Some things that Jokic does not have. I've seen the Jokic fanboys. Oh, how come you're putting all these expectations on Nikola Jokic? Well, the media loves him so much with these MVP awards. You got to be able to perform in the playoffs. Now, we've already said, oh, there was no Michael Porter Jr. There's no Jamal Murray. I was like, well, they're there now. And
right, they're there.
And we're going to see how good of a team this team really is, or was it just all for show?
That's true.
They're not as good as they think they are.
That's true. And speaking of being good, the Phoenix Suns have been good in the hood in the third. They sliced the lead to 12, 77-65. Warriors on top. 5 sets are going to 24. Here's Klay Thompson bouncing and announcing, winning, spinning, rejected, but whoopsie daisy. Devin Booker got 2 hands in the cookie jar and will put Klay Thompson at the line, though. And D Book with the 3rd personal foul, though. And that could save the Warriors a little bit, though, because they're leaking oil a little bit to start the third. Ooh, I don't see a foul there. That should have been a no call there. I don't think he touched Klay Thompson there. 9:22 to go in the third quarter. Klay Thompson has 33 points. Remember, he has an NBA record, 14 trifectas earlier back in 2019. Klay chose the first free throw, which is shocking. Chose the first free throw, which is shocking, though. And think about this, too, right? Klay Thompson's career high is 60 points against the Indiana Pacers with 11 dribbles and absolutely scorched the Pacers out of bounds. 60 points, his career high on 11 dribbles. Klay Thompson chose 2 free throws. Unbelievable. And the Suns could slice the lead under 10. Here's Devin Booker wiggling, jiggling, dancing, prancing. Double team, deflected out, last touch by Draymond Green. Keep this in mind, Cool Cats. We've had multiple 25-point comebacks this season. The Lakers were down 27 to the Mavs, came back. They were down 25 to the Blazers, came back, though. Keep this in mind, Cool Cats, though. Chris Paul inbounding. Hands up to DA, who's been balling in the third quarter. DeAndre Ayton face up, dancing, prancing. Back in the low ball. DeAndre Ayton wiggling, mid-range shot. Good! DeAndre Ayton dominating, and the lead is sliced to two hands. To 10, 77-67 Dub Nation. And look at this, Lou. The Suns have outscored the Warriors in the paint 32-28. Remember, the Warriors outscored the Suns only 20-10 early. Here's Klay Thompson at the left elbow. Thompson in the paint. Klay Thompson in the drive. Throws it up. Can't squeeze up and in. And Chris Paul at the rebound. The tides are starting to turn. Here's Chris Paul at the right elbow. He'll fake the mini. Hands at the DA. Almost loses the ball. Chris Paul at the elbow. Shoots the jump shot. Hibbity hop. No. DeAndre Ayton. Johnny on the spot to put it back up and in. And the lead is sizzled to 8. 77-69. And 11-2 start in the third quarter by the Suns, though. Torrey Craig right on Klay Thompson's grill. Hands up to Dante DiVincenzo. Hands up to the chef. Set the double team. Here's Kevon Looney. Hands up to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo puts up a three. Puts it in. Dante DiVincenzo stops the bleeding a little bit. Hitting a three at the top of the key. And the Warriors back up in an Ocean's 11. 80-69. With 7:56 to go in the third quarter, though. Chris Paul figuring he'll take the mid-range shot, rims out, rebound by Draymond Green, and Dante DiVincenzo on the push, though. DiVincenzo on the double team, stolen by Devin Booker. D-Book stopping, popping, driving, floating, scoring! A Booker bonanza to start the third quarter, and the Suns, in a blink of an eye, down by 9, 80-71. Warriors on top, though. Kevon Looney trying to set the high screen. Draymond Green setting the high screen. Then a double screen. Here's Looney in the paint. Fills up the floater. And then a blocking foul called on Josh Okogie. 7:23 to go in the third quarter. What an amazing turn of events, Lou. The Suns right back in business.
I told you guys. I told you that the Warriors will let the Suns back in the game. I told you.
And they've been doing a whole lot. Golden State has blown some big double-digit leads this season. A big lead against the Hornets in Charlotte. A big lead, against Orlando. And Kevon Looney will be at the free throw stripe. He'll shoot the first free throw, and he will doink the first free throw. So now Golden State 0 for 5 at the freebie stripe in the third quarter. So now the Golden State Warriors have been the Golden State Warriors at the line. Yikes. So 0 for 5 at the line. Looney 0 for 3 at the freebie stripe to start the third quarter, though. Suns down by 9, 80-71. Looney nails the second free throw, and the Warriors back up by 10. The Warriors have led the whole game to this point, though. The Warriors 6 for 13 at the freebie stripe because of this disaster third quarter, though. Here's Torrey Craig. He'll fake the three. He feeds the beast to Devin Booker, starting to sizzle. Here's Devin Booker. Step back. Throws up a clunkaroo. Klay Thompson wins the war, and he will push the pace. Klay Thompson pushing the pace at the top of the key, hands up to Kevon Looney. Looney feeds to Draymond Green, and Devin Booker having a foul demons. 2 quick fouls called on him, and his 4th personal foul overall in the game. So Devin Booker might want to watch himself, though. Warriors up 10, 81-71. Golden State. They had a big lead of 25 early in this game, though. If the Suns would have come back and win this game, they will sweep the Warriors for the first time since 2011, and it will be the biggest comeback this season for the Suns this year. Here's Draymond Green, loses the ball back up to Chef Curry, though. Torrey Craig on his grill. The double team, Chris Paul and Draymond Green and Torrey Craig. Poole shoots a three, throws up an airmail. Beautiful defense by the Phoenix Suns, bringing the double team in the trap, and that will cause the Warriors a shot clock violation. Suns will get the ball right back, though. Steve Kerr sweating bullets right now, watching the lead dwindle, though. The Warriors 7-game home winning streak on the line. Phoenix 5 of 11 in the third quarter. The Warriors ice Couture for 6 in the third. A high screen. Here's Devin Booker dancing, playing Shiz and Wizard. It counts in the foul. Devin Booker able to lightning quick his way to the rim, and the lead can be sliced to a touchdown. 81-73. Devin Booker starting to cook a Kobe-esque 23. And the hack is calling Draymond Green. So Devin Booker putting the Suns right on his back. And Draymond Green is the culprit. So Devin Booker able to connect the freebie, and the lead is shizzled to 7. 81-74 Warriors on top of the mountain, though, but the Suns are now starting to turn the tides. Here's JP shizzling his way to the rim, but Kevon Looney is right there for the putback. Kevon Looney bouncing and announcing, and the lead is back up to 9, 83-74. Could be a big rebound. Looney with his 9th rebound, 5 points for Kevon Looney. Here's Devin Booker wiggling and jiggling. Here's Booker fading shot, puts it in. Devin Booker hotter than a sauna. 26 points for D-Book, and the lead is shizzled to 7. Steph Curry trying to stop the oil leaking. Here's Steph Curry with the rock, wiggling and jiggling, almost loses the ball. Steph Curry in the paint. Curry takes the mid-range shot, got it. Steph Curry with the splash, man. And the Warriors back up 9, 85-76, Golden State. So Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton keeping the Suns in the pace, and the Warriors up 9. Steph Curry with 17 points. Here's Joshua hands to the DA. DA with the floater, knocks it down. DeAndre Ayton putting a little cherry on top of the cake, and the Suns continue to punch back 85-78, though, with 5:18 to go in the third quarter, though. Here's Jordan Poole hands to the Klay Thompson. Thompson puts up a 3. No siree dog. Deflected out to the chef, and whoopsie daisy, the ball last hit Curry, and the Phoenix Suns on their high horse looking to complete this comeback, though. Jermichael Green coming in off the pine for the now scuffling Warriors, though. Warriors 7-game home winning streak on the line. The Phoenix Suns trying to break that trend. Devin Booker bringing the ball up the court, though, with 5:06 to go in the third quarter. Phoenix, after being killed by 25, have now slightly to 7. Here's a Kogi from way downtown. Bang! Josh Kobe from Curry Land, and the lead sliced to 4-4-4, 85-81. Warriors. Lou, this is unbelievable. Klay Thompson hands up to Jermichael Green. Bounce pass. Almost a turnover. Curry in the Phoenix's straitjacket. Jermichael Green, he'll shoot a 3, and he'll throw up a clunk. This is jaw-dropping. Suns with the rebound. Chris Paul, whoopsie-daisy, tripping on himself, and a foolish foul call on Jordan Poole. Lou, what a crazy turn of events. And Chris Paul will get himself to the free throw stripe. This is unbelievable, Lou.
I'm not surprised. The Warriors give up big leads, but they usually respond in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what what they'll do. But I had a feeling that their complacency. How many turnovers do the Warriors have in the third quarter? Because I think in the first half they had 5 or 6.
I think they had like 3. I think they had like 3 turnovers in the third. Chris Paul knocks down the first free throw. So for the first time in a long time, it's a one possession game. 85-82 Warriors, though. Draymond Green will sit down, and what's helping the Phoenix Suns is that they're forcing turnovers to get into the break, and they're feeding DeAndre Ayton in the low post, in the pinch post area. So Chris Paul chokes the second free throw and rebounded by Golden State. Draymond Green hopping man right now. The lead sliced to 3. The Suns have outscored the Warriors 24-10. Jordan Poole in the paint. He'll throw it up and he'll squeeze it up and in. JP3 able to bulldoze his way to the rim, and the Warriors will hand it to the Suns 87-82. Warriors up by 5. Here's Chris Paul sizing up Jordan Poole. Chris Paul hands it to Torrey Craig. Here's Book. Book puts up a 3. Throws up a clunkeroo. Hibbity hop, no. But Josh Okogie, Johnny on the spike to find for an offensive board. The Suns offensive rebounding coming in handy, and the lead sliced down to 3. 18 second chance points for the Suns, and an offensive foul call on Jermichael Green when Torrey Craig got absolutely submarined for a turnover, and the Suns have a chance to pull within 1 or potentially even tie the game after being in a 25-point hole. Dude, this is unreal, though. It's unreal. Jermichael Green with the moving screen, and that's big, and the Suns have a chance to tie the game or even pull within 1. The double screen. Here's Chris Paul hands it to Book. Book in the paint. Daz wazzing that Book. Mid-range shot. No siree dog, but Jermichael Green with the flying for the offensive rebound. And the Warriors on the push. Jordan Poole slicing and dicing. Throws up the floater. Can't squeeze it in. Rebound by DeAndre Ayton. And the Suns on a high horse. Bounce pass to Chris Paul. Paul faking. Puts up a 3. Rat-a-tats out. rebounded by Chef Curry. That would have even Steven the game. And the foul is called on Josh Jacoby. Chris Paul had a chance to knock the game at 87, but the rim wasn't kind. And Steph Curry will have a chance to stop this March Madness and stand the Warriors lead up. Warriors up 87-84 in the third quarter after being up by 25. They were been outscored in the third, 26-12. In the third, Steph Curry will be at the free throw stripe. He'll shoot the first free throw, and he will knock it down. Steph Curry with his 18th point, and the Warriors back up a 88-84 Golden State, though. So let's see. Bismack Biyombo, Cameron Payne coming in the game for Phoenix, though. Josh Okogie staying in for Monty Williams' bunch, though. The Phoenix Suns trying to do the unthinkable, trying to win in a building that's been a house of horrors for many teams this season. The Warriors 28-7 at home this season, though. With 3:21 to go in the third quarter, there's been a wet spot on the floor, and Monty Williams right now finding the lightning in a bottle, and the lead is sliced to 4. What do you think about the Phoenix Suns in the third quarter for you, Lou?
The Phoenix Suns have been gotten more aggressive, playing better defense, getting to the point of attack, and they've outscored the Warriors right now 28-13 in this third quarter, which I had a feeling it was going to happen because eventually, again, you get complacent when you have a huge lead like that.
Mm-hmm. That is true. And the Suns do like to cover behind, too. If you watch Phoenix, they do cover behind, too, though. So consider that, too, though. So Klay Thompson was sitting on the bench watching the lead be sliced off. Klay Thompson had a great start in the first half. He's been quiet as a mouse in the third quarter, though. Steph Curry at the free throw line, rat-a-tats out the second. The Warriors free throw shooting in the third quarter, abysmal. I think they're like, 2 for 7 at the line. Yikes, though. So let's see. It's a 2-1-2 zone by Golden State. Here's Cameron Payne at the top of the key. Feeds to Bismack Biyombo in the paint. Biyombo with the jump hook. Can't put it up at home. Rebound by JaMychal Green. And the Warriors will be on the push. Here's Steph Curry at the top of the key. Here's JaMychal Green standing in the high screen. Here's Curry. Pump up a 3. Throws up a clunker. Curry with the offensive rebound. Curry wiggling, jiggling. Eviscerated, but he will get saved by the bell and will get back to the freebie stripe to give him point number 19 and 20, and the shellac is called on Josh Okogie, though. So Steph Curry trying to keep the Warriors ship on the water. Ooh, the foul is on Bismack Biyombo, though. And Steph Curry, who's an underrated rebounder, mind you, will get himself to the line. 2:40 in the third quarter. Warriors up 88-84. You're watching the NBA on ESPN.
Nice job.
Thanks. That is true, though. That is true. If I were Phoenix, I'm trying to get the lead going into the fourth quarter. What do you think, man? I'm trying to get the lead going into the fourth quarter to really make the Warriors doubt. You know, man?
I was just about to say that. Took the words out of my mouth. Make the Warriors doubt that they can't come back into this game, that they blew a 25-point lead. You want to see the Warriors players dejected, looking at each other like, how can we blow this lead? And then you take the air right out of the crowd if you're able to do that. This is a 4-point game. So the Phoenix Suns are right there. And remember, doing this without Kevin Durant. So that's another.
And no Landry Shamet, too.
No Landry Shamet neither.
Look, I know you had the Warriors winning the Western Conference. I don't see it this year, man. They're a great home team, but I don't trust this team on the road. One, they don't have Andrew Wiggins. He might not even come back this year. Gary Payne, I don't know when he's coming back. Two, Klay Thompson is red hot at home, but he's not great on the road. Also, I'm talking about this year. Also, Draymond Green is a good defender, but he's not the same defensively this year as he was in years past. Also, the fact is that I don't trust their bench. I mean, it's DiVincenzo, JaMychal Green, this version of Iguodala, Anthony Lamb, who's not played at all tonight, by the way. Are these guys going to be big in the playoffs though? I don't know, man. I just don't see it this year with the Warriors. I just don't see it because I don't know, because if teams are healthy, am I going to trust them to win in Denver or to win in Phoenix, or if the Clippers are right to win in LA? I don't see it this year, man. I do think the Warriors, if they get the right matchup, can get out the first round and maybe potentially get to the conference final, maybe. But I just don't see the Warriors coming out the West. I just don't see it this year, man.
All right. J-Money, I'll be right back, man. Continue the commentary right now for this. Hey.
All righty. Well, thank you, Sanovian Zinovail Foot, because it's been a crazy third quarter. The Warriors were up by a bundle, up 25 in the first quarter. But ever since then, the Phoenix Suns have turned the screw around, though. Doubled them in the third, 26-13. And what's helping Phoenix, though, they're ball pressuring guys, they're clogging the paint, and they're rebounding. What's another thing, too, the Warriors' free throw shooting, they've had the free throw bugaboos at the line. Curry's missed a free throw, Looney's missed 3 free throws, Clay's missed 2 free throws. So that's an issue there, though, in this third quarter. And that's why the lead right now is pretty much starting to eviscerate. And if you're the Phoenix Suns at this point, no Landry Shamet, no Kevin Durant. If they pull this game out in a building that's pretty much been the house of horrors for many teams this year, if they win this game on the road, this will be like a confidence boost for the Phoenix Suns. Well, Steph Curry able to switch cheese to first free throw. Warriors back up a hand, 89-84. Curry with 19 points. He had a baker's dozen early in the first quarter, though. Remember, Steph Curry against the Milwaukee Bucks had a 36-point extravaganza. He tortured the Bucks with 22 points in the fourth quarter and overtime, had the game-time 3 to tie the game, had a jaw-dropping layup to tie the game at 108. Curry able to hit both free throws, and the lead's back up to 6. 90-84. Golden State back on top, though. A 2-1-3 zone, though. His Damian Lee for 3 misses. Andre Iguodala flies in with the rebound, though. Moses Mooney pushing his head on the horse, feeds the beast to Andre Iguodala, though. No Andrew Wiggins, no Jonathan Kuminga for Golden State, though. Iggy feeds it to JP3. Here's JP3 dancing and prancing. He'll shoot a 3, and he'll nail it right down the pipe for Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole knocks down a 3, a 6-0 run by the Warriors, and the lead ballooned back up to 9. Jordan Poole with 10 points, 4 dishes early, and it's 93-84 Golden State, and the zone's really frustrating the Suns. Here's Josh Okogie at the left elbow. Hacked and whacked, and Andre Iguodala is now the next culprit. A personal foul call on him, and Josh Okogie will look to get to the free throw stripe. A minute 51 to go in the third quarter. The Phoenix Suns, after getting absolutely trucked down by 25, they pull within 3. Now it's a 6-0 run by the Warriors, though. And Josh Okogie has quietly played well for the Phoenix Suns this year. He's been big threes, playing hard-nosed defense. Came with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okogie knocks down the first free throw, 93-85. Dubs on top. Devin Booker, after he was quiet early, he's starting to really wear the superhero cape on. Josh Okogie nails the first free throw. Okogie for the second free throw knocks it down. Josh Okogie coming up through, and the Suns within a touchdown, 93-86 with a minute 46 to go in the third quarter. Here's Iggy faking and taking. Iggy, hard to the hoop, can't squeeze him up and in, and he does, plus the foul. Andre Iguodala with the Dixie do, turn back the clock, the former Finals MVP, and he will have a chance for a 3-point play. Andre Iguodala made Bismack Biyombo do the okie doke, and the Warriors looked to extend the lead back up to double digits, though, after the lead was sliced to 3, though. So it's an 8-2 run by Golden State, 95-86 Warriors, though. Andre Iguodala, former All-Star. Iguodala knocks down the free throw, and the lead's back up to 10. And And I think Jermichael Green accidentally pushed Bismack Biyombo. So after the lead was sliced to 3, the Warriors now calming their nerves a little bit. And the zone's helping. The 2-3 zone is helping in full effect, though. So here's Devin Booker at the left wing. Moses Moody right on his grill. He's Devin Booker trying to shift his way to the rim. His blocked by Jermichael Green. Warriors on the push. Here's Steph Curry dancing, put hands up to Jermichael Green in the paint. Throws it up. He's submarine, and he will get back to the line. So Lou, the Warriors, after the lead was sliced to 3, they're starting to find the golden touch, and they're starting to extend the lead right back up. Wow, man. Wow, it's a beautiful block by Jermichael Green. The Warriors pushing the pace, though, which is helping Golden State, though. So now Golden State's not trying to get themselves to the freebie stripe. Jermichael Green knocks down the first free throw, 97-86. Golden State, though, it's a 10-3 run, 10-2 run, I'm sorry, by the defending champions. That's what champions respond. When you see adversity strike at you, you punch it right back. Jermichael Green knocks down the second free throw, and the Warriors back up a baker's dozen, an 11-2 burst in the next 2 minutes by Golden State. A minute 18 to go in the third quarter, though. Bismack Biyombo send the high screen to Cameron Payne. Payne hands to Josh Okogie. Okogie in the paint, hands in the paint, and it's stolen by Moses Moody, though. And the Warriors on the push. JP hands up to Booty. Booty on the drive. He's Booty dancing and prancing. Can't squeeze it up and in. Chef Curry with the offensive board. He's Steph Curry with the Okie doke. Devin Booker on his grill. He's Steph Curry dance, prance, hands up to Poole. Poole piece the chef. Curry wiggling, jiggling, stepping back, dancing and prancing, handsing and deucing. No siree, but Bismack Biyombo flies in with the rebound. Devin Booker with the spinorama, the boogie, the shimmy shake, the Houdini, and the piece of pie at home. Devin Booker dancing and prancing his way for 2, and it's lead slice to 10. Here's Bismack Biyombo with the Jackie Chan block on Jordan Poole. Here's Damian Lee with the save. Here's Devin Booker. Hands up to Lee. Lee bounce pass to Okogie. Okogie on the baseline drive. Hands up to Biyombo. Almost loses the ball. Here's Cameron Payne. Hands up to Biyombo. And this time, he will have Butterfingers and they lose the ball. So the Warriors get hold of for the final shot in the third quarter, though. JP3 on the controls with seconds to go on the shot on the game clock. Here's Poole wiggling and jiggling. Hard to the hole. Iggy, he'll fake it. He'll shoot it. He'll brick it. So after the Suns shizzling to 3, the Golden State Warriors with a beautiful response. The Warriors up 10, 98-88. Count those fours up going to the fourth quarter. Phoenix down by 10 going to the fourth quarter, 98-88. You're watching the Golden NBA on ESPN. Wow. What a crazy turn of events. Ever since the Warriors lead was sliced to 3, they're starting to push the pace even more. And also the zone, the 2-3 zone has been working, to say the least, into why to push the lead back up to 10. And what's helping Golden State too, and why they extend the lead, I know Devin Booker went off in the third quarter, but now you see them taking the ball out of his hands, though. So, and that's why the lead has been bulged back up to 10. If you're the Phoenix Suns, right, look at this, right? The Phoenix Suns are 4 for 17 from downtown in this game. That's not going to get it done. The Warriors are 16 from 30 from the great beyond. If the Suns want to win this game, look at this. Chris Paul, 3 of 11, 7 points. Come on. Josh Okogie, 3 for 8. He's playing good defense, but 3 for 8, that's unacceptable. I mean, the bench hasn't given him anything to this point. Biyombo's playing good hard-nosed defense in the paint, but other than that, he's been a foul machine tonight. So if the Suns want to pull off a rat of the hat and win this game, they got to hit threes. They got to play without fouling. Yep. I'll be right back. back. So the lead has been bulged back up to 10 after the Suns sliced the lead to a one possession game. And don't forget, Chris Paul had a chance to tie the game at 87-84, but the three popped out on him though. So the Warriors will start possession in the fourth quarter though. The Phoenix Suns 15-19 on the road though. Even though they had won 3 straight road games for a span though, they're not the greatest road team in the world though. So Golden State look to restore order right now. As Steve Kerr, his 5 right now on the court, Devin Booker sitting out for the Suns, by the way, is JP, Klay Thompson, Jermichael Green, Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole able to tap dance his way for a layup from a back door, beautiful cut, and Moses Moody though. And the Warriors back up 12, 180, excuse me. Damian Lee tap danced his way to the rim, can't put it up at home, and the Warriors restoring order. Here's Jordan Poole able to play Dancing with the Stars. Here's Jordan Poole got absolutely clocked by Damian Lee, and the foul is called on Damian Lee though. So beautiful pass from Draymond Green from cross-court pass, and then Jordan Poole able to go to the baseline with the little English, with the beautiful English, and the leads back up to 12. So a 13-4 run by the champs, though. Here's Jordan Poole trying to throw up the shot, and it's foul on the floor. 188 Golden State with 11:26 to go in the fourth quarter, though. So let's see, though. So the Phoenix Suns had a huge mound decline. They were down 25. They put within one possession. But when you're in this big deficit, it's hard to overcome. Here's Jermichael Green for 3, throws up a cinder block, and T. Ross flies in with the rebound, and the Suns look to push. Cameron Payne at the left wing, trying to bring in some pain, though. Hands up to Torrey Craig. Craig hands up to DA. DA in the low block. Aim hands up to Payne. Payne with the up and shut. Payne with the floater. Payne with the yes! Cameron Payne able to be on his donkey and scores, and the lead is cut to 10, 190 Warriors, and T. Ross with a beautiful steal though. 10:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Suns trying to push. Here's T. Ross, dance, prance. He's 2 hands to the DA. DeAndre Ayton able to get absolutely tidal waved by Draymond Green, and Draymond Green's called for the foul though. So the Phoenix Suns not starting to push in the paint. Not starting to attack the rim. And Damian Lee will sit out for Ish Wainwright, who was huge for the Dallas Mavs on an ABC Sunday showcase game earlier this year, though. Ish Wainwright hands up to Cameron Payne. Here's Cameron Payne on the drive. Here's Payne hands up to Craig. Here's Craig will fake the 3. Beautiful drive back to Cameron Payne. And it's deflected out. Last touch by Moses Moody. But I think they'll change the call, though. It looked like a hit off Cameron Payne. It really looked like a hit off Cameron Payne. And yes, they did. They switched the call. So the Warriors will look to get the ball right back, though. Yikes, Cameron Payne had a Shaq in a fool moment, though. I like Cameron Payne, but Cameron Payne could be a fool and could really be a jokester, man. 11 turnovers from both teams. The Suns with their 11 turnovers just right now. Warriors with 11 turnovers themselves. Here's Draymond Green, hopping like kangaroo jack and throws it down. Draymond Green with the up and chuck and puts it down. And the Warriors back up 12, 102, 90 Golden State. Give me some time, please, everybody. Sorry, everybody. Give me some time. It's just stupid streams, man. So the Suns get a bucketed down by 10, 102-92. Golden State, 9:26 to go in the fourth quarter, though. The Suns have not led for a single second in this game. Here's Klay Thompson coming off a curl. Here's Klay Thompson at the nail. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll score, and he'll knock it down. Klay Thompson with 35 big ones tonight, and the Warriors back up a Baker's dozen, 104-92, chance on top. Klay, his first buck in the second half, mind you. Cameron Payne with the floater, ay caramba. Cameron Payne throws up an airmail, and Klay Thompson didn't see the ball, so it's stolen by Phoenix, though. He's Torrey Craig at the top of the key, puts up a three, hibbity hop. No, but Ish Wainwright, the price is right for Ish, skies in like an eagle to ram it down, and Steve Kerr will call a timeout. The lead is 10, 104-94, Dub Nation, 8:51 to go in the fourth quarter, though. Wowzers. Ish Wainwright just came in from the blind side with the monster mash and absolutely baptized the rim. Wow. What a vicious jam by Ish Wainwright, and the lead is 10. So both teams have scored 6 points in the fourth quarter to this point, though. If you look at out-of-town scores, right, the Milwaukee Bucks on the high side up 116-113. The Greek Freak has been nasty tonight. 44 points, 10 rebounds from his first game back of an injury. Chris Middleton with 25. Brook Lopez with 18.7, but Brook Lopez has been big. Sabonis has 23 points, 15 boards, and 14 dishes. De'Aaron Fox with 27 points, by the way. Kevin Huerter with 28. So the Bucks on top of there. If you look at the other scores, mind you, everybody, the Detroit Pistons, turn on the engines on the Indiana Pacers, 117-97 at home. The Minnesota Timberwolves clipped the wings of the Hawks, 136-115. The Miami Heat flambéed the Utah Jazz, swept the Jazz, in fact, 119-115. The Memphis Grizzlies scratched and clawed the Dallas Mavs, 104-88. And the Houston Rockets shockingly blasted off against the Boston Celtics, though, 111-109. Bucks versus Kings is awesome, Karam. That game is off the hook, man. Back and forth. The Kings in this game was up by 15, but then the Bucks stormed back to be up by 6. Man, Milwaukee's deep. They have athleticism. The Kings at the other end, though, they're a good, fast-paced team, but my issue with Sacramento into why they may struggle in the playoffs, they don't do a good job guarding on ball. And that's might be their downfall. They've had a magnificent season, They're, if you look at Sacramento, they're 8-1 since All-Star break, though. They're a good team, but I just don't think it's their time. And by the way, the Bucks looking for their 14th straight W on the Kings. Cuckoo crazy, huh? Hey, it's actually unbelievable, man. So 8:51 to go in the fourth quarter, though. The Golden State Warriors up 2 hands on the Phoenix Suns, trying to keep the Suns in bay, though. So ever since Phoenix cut within 3, 87-84, it's a 27-10 burst by the champs, though. But Andre Iguodala did the yabba dabba do slamming jam from the back door when Jordan Poole did the bounce pass, and Iggy reversing time on the Suns. So it's now a 10-point game, and the Warriors right now they're 6th in the Western Conference. They're a half game behind the Clippers for 5th, and they're playing the Clippers on Wednesday on ESPN in Staples Center, though. Part of a 5-game road swing for the Warriors coming right up, though. And they're trying to avoid the season sweep against the Phoenix Suns, though. The Suns are trying to sweep the Warriors out of the building for the first time since 2011. Here's Jordan Poole at the right wing. Jordan Poole hands up to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson dancing. Klay with the up and chuck. Throws up the shot. It counts in the foul. Klay Thompson with the Houdini. Dance prances for a 2 and give him a chance for a 3-point play. Klay Thompson turning on the heater, turning on the afterburners, and Ish Wainwright is the culprit. So 37 points for Klay Thompson, and the Warriors look to extend the lead to an unlucky 13 points, though. Hey, Lou. Okay, so Klay Thompson at the line knocks down the free throw, and the lead's back up to 13. A 20-10 burst by the Warriors, though, and it back up 13, 107-894, 8:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Chris Paul, who's been quiet, 7 points tonight. Chris Paul hands up to Ish Wainwright. Wainwright will shoot a 3 and throws up a center block, rebound by Draymond Green, hands up to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole trying to push and dodge. Jordan Poole throws back to Klay Thompson, back to Green, hands up to Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo wiggling and jiggling on his Swiss Army knife, and it's stolen by DeAndre Ayton and T. Ross with the ball. Terrence Ross has been quiet tonight. Ayton at the foul line jump shot knocks it down. DA with a pull-up mid-range shot, and the Suns trying to shine, down 107-96 with 7:50 to go. The Warriors with 14 turnovers in this game, though. Here's Jordan Poole, step back, Clunkaroo, Draymond Green with the rebound, and both teams playing tug of war, and it's a jump ball. So Dante DiVincenzo and Chris Paul will look to jump for a piece of meat and jump it up on the court. So Dante DiVincenzo was flying in for a backdoor, but Chris Paul didn't want any of that. And the Suns down by 11, 107-96 with 7:39 to go at Chase Center in Golden State, though. The Warriors, number 6 in the Western Conference, they're a half game behind the Clippers. They're half game above the Timberwolves right now. And let's see. And they got to re-jump the ball again because the toss was really bad. It was stinky like a dirty socks, though. So they're jumping up once again. 7:39 to go in the fourth quarter, though. And this time the Warriors winning. Jermichael Green, the low block. Here's Poole for three. Bang! JP3 with the Swiss cheese. And the Warriors back up 2 touchdowns, 110-96 with 7:26 to go in the fourth. Jordan Poole, it's been a pool party tonight, 15 points, and the Warriors back up 14. Here's DeAndre Ayton in the high screen. Here's Chris Paul faking, taking, and able to knock it down. The foul line jump shot for the point for CP3, and the Warriors up 110-98. Jordan Poole dancing with the stars, dancing against the Suns. Here's Cavallo with the up and tuck. Throws up the floater, but Jermichael Green fights for the board. Dante DiVincenzo for 3. That was spinning around and out. Rebound by DeAndre Ayton. Suns need to push, though. Here's Chris Paul to Ross. Ross pumps up a 3. Throws up a clunkaroo, bordered by Klay Thompson. The Suns shouldn't wait too early in the shot clock, though. Steph Curry coming in for the Warriors, though, who have done a pretty good job staying the ship a little bit. Jermichael Green at the right baseline. Hands up to Jordan Poole from way downtown. Ay caramba. Rebounded by Chris Paul. Suns need to push, though. Chris Paul bounced past the Book. He's Devin Booker sizing up Dante DiVincenzo. He's Book back in the low block. Devin Booker back in attacking. Booker with the floater, and the bank is open on Wednesday nights for D Book. Suns within 10, 110. 100. Warriors with 6:13 to go in the fourth quarter, though. D Book in this game with a 30-piece, and the Suns still a glimmer of hope. 6:13 to go in the fourth quarter, though. Welcome back, Lou. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, I see you pulled off the song by Mace. I see. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yep. So as G-Money mentioned right now, it is a 10-point game right now. Phoenix has plenty of time to come back into the game, but the fact that they were getting bothered by the zone defense and having a really tough time trying to adjust to it has really given them problems. But right now they are hopefully they still get themselves a chance to win this game and get back in it. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can. Okay, let me see if I can add a new browser, and then let me put the scoreboard for the bottom from the other teams in the league. That was just weird that it just deleted like that.
Right. And speaking of getting back in it, the Milwaukee Bucks are 24 seconds away of handing the Kings their 14th straight. I'm talking about the Bucks beating the Kings for the 14th straight time, as the Bucks are up 132-124, 15 points, 4 seconds to go. The Greek Freak, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, magnificent. Giannis, 46 points, 12 rebounds, 4 dimes. Middleton, 30 points, 9 dishes, though. Brook Lopez has been strong like a brick wall. 23 points has been great defensively, though. De'Aaron Fox, 35 points, but it slowed him down a little bit at the end. Kevin Huerter, 28 points, but hasn't really been impactful. Domantas Sabonis, a triple-double, 23 points, 17 boards, 15 dishes, but may go in smoke for the Kings.
I don't get it. Why is it showing last night's score? I had changed the date. That's weird. I don't know why it's
Sometimes
showing.
ESPN does that though. You gotta click to March 13th.
No, I did click March 13th. It's showing me March 12th right now when I put the date.
ESPN scoreboard get a little bit wonky, like Willy Wonka. Sheesh.
Let's see if I could update this again. Let's try this again.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, still showing March 12th. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
It was just showing March 13th, and now I cannot get this to change.
That gone at ESPN. Why do you always need to put the hex on us, man? Come on, ESPN.
Let me see. Karam says the Bucks are winning the Eastern Conference. Not too confident in that yet, even though they look like they're the favorites just because of what's happening with Boston. Don't sleep on Philly neither, though. Even though I know what Philly is known for in the playoffs, but I mean these 76ers, that's all I'm saying. Karam decided to watch the Bucks and the Kings. I mean, that's looking like a great game.
Right, and the Bucks are about to close the Kings out for good. They're about to.
Freddie says, Lou, fantasy basketball, how you looking this year? Oh, I'm not even doing fantasy basketball this year. I couldn't do it, even though I wanted to. Jay says that Chris Middleton can't disappear and injured again in this year's playoffs. Yeah.
Agreed.
Last year, he disappeared against the Chicago Bulls, got hurt, and then didn't come back. Like, they can't win a championship without Chris Middleton. And you can't be pulling these little disappearing acts because it's like I said before, listen, he did well in the finals against the Phoenix Suns, but people ride Middleton like if he's a consistent number two, and it's like he's not a consistent number two. As the Robin to Giannis's Batman, he's not even going into that. Whatchamacallit, he cannot do another disappearing athlete. If he can perform in the playoffs like he did in the finals in 2021 with those really nice numbers that he put complimenting of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Bucks are going to win the championship again just because I feel like the Bucks now are better as a team. But to me, what's going to hold that team back as well is Mike Budenholzer and that damn system of his.
Right. Well, the Suns trying to get the right system now. His Chris Paul bounce pass to DeAndre Ayton, almost loses the ball, and he does. Dante DiVincenzo, room search for DiVincenzo, skying and flying, and shock attacking the rim. The Suns with a turnover, and Dante DiVincenzo bouncing and announcing the Warriors back up 13. The Warriors have had the awesome system tonight. 19 fast break points for Golden State. He's Devin Booker with the floater and able to cheese it up and in. Devin Booker, he's scoring a lot of points, but hasn't really been impactful to this point for Phoenix, though. 113-102, Golden State back on top, though, with 5:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Looney hands off to Iguodala, who's been the thorn in the Suns' side. Here's JP, puts up a three. Boom goes the dynamite. Jordan Poole taking the Suns to school. 116-102, Golden State. Beautiful curl play, and the Warriors back up 14, though. Here's DiVincenzo guarding Devin Booker. His Booker at the left elbow throws up a brick. Terrence Ross fighting for offensive rebound. He's T. Ross with a foul line jump shot, throws up an air ball. Chris Paul with the save. Back to Josh Okogie. Okogie with faking and taking. Okogie blocked. Okogie puts it up, can't put it up and in. And wow, a travel's called because Okogie Okogie accidentally moved his pivot foot, and you can't get the ball right back if it didn't hit rim. Nah, he moved his pivot foot. That's right. And also, he caught the ball right back, though. That's why it's called a travel, though. Yikes. So Jordan Poole wiggling and jiggling. Jordan Poole with the Houdini. Put him in the book and sending that young man to the line. Jordan Poole making Terrence Ross look foolish, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Jordan Poole with a quiet big game off the bench, though. Jordan Poole with with 20 points off the bench and keeping the Suns in bay. Jordan Poole showing the Suns how it's done, though. Tough as nails, though. 4:26 to go in the fourth quarter, though. The Suns down 16, 118, 102, though. Jordan Poole with 10 big, huge points in the fourth quarter, giving the Warriors a good shot in the arm in the fourth. Poole at the line, rims out the freebie, couldn't complete the three-point play. Terrence Ross just not his game tonight, though. 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter, though. Here's Chris Paul at the circling. Chris Paul with the mid-range shot, knocks it down. Chris Paul doing it all, not really, though, just saying. And the Suns down by 14, 118, 104. Chris Paul does have 11 points and 10 assists, but he has not really been impactful whatsoever tonight. So Steve Kerr will burn another timeout, and the Suns' time is running out. 4:02 to go in the fourth quarter. The Warriors up 118, 104 on the Suns. You're watching the NBA on ESPN.
You see, this is where the Suns miss Kevin Durant, because now with Kevin Durant, not only does he space the floor, but you can't double Devin Booker, then you also can't double Kevin Durant. So him not being on this team down the stretch is where the Phoenix Suns really, really need KD.
Mm-hmm. True.
If he can get, for one, he has to get healthy, but I just wonder how much time are they going to have in terms of trying to build chemistry, because it's not going to be a lot.
That's a good point, though. Yeah.
Also, did you hear anything about LeBron's injury? I heard that he has now removed the walking boot that he had.
Yeah, that's what I heard, though, and that's really that said. Just him moving the walking boot, though, and that's really it, though. Nothing much there. My guess for LeBron coming back, it's gonna be somewhere late March, early April. That's my guess.
I think he's gonna be coming back in early April. That's my guess. I can see early April.
Right. And speaking of early April, the Golden State Warriors want to make sure by April they want to get things done. If you look at the Warriors' schedule, they got to go to Clipperland, go to Hotlanta, go to Memphis, go to Houston, go to Dallas, and then Friday the 24th, they're home against the Sixers, though. But so far, the Warriors have lived up to the challenge, though. DiVincenzo at the top of the key, trying to look for a Warrior buddy, hands on to Klay Thompson. DiVincenzo was fighting to go on the shot clock. Klay feeds to Draymond Green. Draymond Green back to the chef. The Curry throws to the Houdini. No. Klay Thompson fights with the offensive rebound, but it's a shot clock violation because the ball didn't even hit the rim, though. I don't think, though. So, and the Warriors are in the bonus, though. So the Phoenix Suns down by 14. They will need a miracle to pull this game out for. The Warriors have led the whole game. They've done a good job with their ball movement, their space, and their cutting to the rim. And their zone has been why they've had this big lead. Here's Chris Paul on the drive, bounce pass to DeAndre Ayton. Ayton with the little mid-range shot, got it. DeAndre Ayton able to line it up and score, and the Warriors lead is cut to 12, 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter, but the sand may be running out of the hourglass for the Suns. Here's Steph Curry, hands up to Kevon Looney. Looney guarded by DeAndre Ayton. Looney in the paint, throws it up to Houdini with the jaw-dropper Houdini and puts it stolen by Klay Thompson off the inbound. Here's Curry at the top of the key, though. Chris Paul guarding the chef with 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry looked to put the capper on this night, though. Here's Curry dancing in Princeton. Here's Curry in the paint, hands to Looney, almost a turnover. Curry, step back, Bobby Jack, Chef Curry with the splash, dog, and the Warriors pretty much send the Suns to sleep. A Michael Jordan-esque 23 points for Steph Curry, and the Warriors bludgeon the lead back up to 17, 123, 106 to go, and it looks like the Phoenix Suns are done, yeah?
Yeah, no. I was just about to say the same thing. I feel like I said the Phoenix Suns are done. No, they're done tonight. Yeah, they can put this in the bag. This is a big loss for the Suns. Now the Warriors, to me, they're going to get some comp. Now, can the Warriors win on the road? They got a big test against the Clippers. Not going to be easy, but they this will give them the confidence for me to compete. against the Clippers. I got the Clippers still beating them anyway because I think the Clippers, I think they might have found something in terms of figuring it out.
Okay.
Freddie says, hold on a second. Let me just look. Jay says that should be reevaluated within 1.5 weeks. Freddie says, what do y'all think about LeBron's injury? Y'all think, is he faking it or not? And he wants to hear the opinion.
I don't think he's faking it. That doesn't look faking to me. You see, he said, I heard a. I know LeBron sometimes can fake injuries, which is true, but he did say he heard a pop against the Mavs, though. And he was gingerly walking at times. I don't think it's faking.
What do I think about LeBron's injury? I honestly think that he's honestly hurt. I really do. We know the history in terms of certain injuries of what he's tried to avoid and all that kind of stuff. But I felt like the reason that LeBron is injured was because he went for that scoring record. So he was playing a lot of minutes. Darvin Ham wasn't going to tell him anything because, again, Darvin Ham is part of Clutch Sports. So LeBron pretty much controls him, which is why Darvin Ham didn't say anything to LeBron. He gets on everybody else, but he doesn't get on LeBron. But I don't think LeBron is faking the injury. I think when he went for that move on Dwight Powell, he really did pop a tendon in his foot. And the thing is, his body's breaking down. Nothing lasts forever. Father Time is undefeated. It's nothing new. I don't think he's faking the injury.
Right.
Thanks, Sean.
Right. Well, Father Time was victorious against the Suns, especially for Chris Paul. And if you look at Steph Curry, he's stepping up 40, 29, 36, and 23 today in the last 4 games, though. Chris Paul, who's a great point guard, he looked old tonight, though. Didn't really have it tonight. Devin Booker did score a lot of points, but wasn't really impactful. Same with DeAndre Ayton. Cameron Payne slicing a dice his way to the cup and scores. And the Warriors up 123-108. The Warriors is going to improve to 36 and 33 to go win the second straight game overall, beating the Bucks in overtime. Winning the 8th straight home game, by the way. Jordan Poole able to tap dance his way, shoots a mid-range shot, and fills up a clunk. Rebound by Jock Landale, former Spurs player, by the way. Suns down by 15. The next game's against the Magic on Thursday at home. Here's Damian Lee able to rat-tat out the trifecta. Rebound by Patrick Baldwin. And this will be a gut check win by the Warriors. So now they've had the golden touch at home. Can they turn the ship around at home? On the road, we'll just have to find out. Ish Wainwright flies in for the board after David Chenzo breaks the 3. And it will be the jaws jiggling. It will be currents for the Suns, by the way. Here's Cameron Payne at the top. He feeds up to Ish Wainwright. Damian Briett from the baseline. And Damian Lee with a stupid push, just smacking JaMychal Green in the back of the head. And tensions are flowing. Attitudes are brewing. I mean, JaMychal Green did not appreciate the brouhaha, and could be tentacles flying, though. Damian Lee was going to the baseline, was pushed down Patrick Baldwin, and then he hit JaMychal Green in the back of the noggin, which is just unsportsmanlike and disrespectful and wrong. And JaMychal Green did not appreciate that, to say the least, and could be a hostile act, though. The game is over. If you're Damian Lee, let the game go, all right? The Warriors put you to sleep. They put the cap on this. It's pretty much murder, she wrote. If you're Damian Lee, there's no need to do that. What do you think about that play, Lou?
The game is over. What is he complaining about? I mean, quite honestly, that little slap ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, all of this is going to create tension. Now, what it's going to either do one of two things. Is it going to make Phoenix play harder and knowing that they got embarrassed, or is it going to be, are they going to start losing after this because they can't keep their emotions in check? Okay, you got beat. The Warriors did what they were supposed to do, and your defense was a no-show tonight. So you got to come back and regroup. But smacking somebody's head isn't going to do anything. You're going to have to smack yourself in the head for the lack of defense you played tonight. And even when you got this game within what, 3 points, 87, 84 at one point. And after that, the Warriors were still able to push up the lead by double digits and now kind of maintain it, because you scared the Warriors for a good minute, and then but then you weren't able to take the lead. You weren't able to get the momentum. You had it for a moment, but that was it.
That's true. Don't forget, bro. Remember Chris Paul had a three at the left wing that would have tied the game, but the ball rimmed out. That would have tied at 87. Who knows? But the Warriors were just a mentally tougher team. They got to the hoop at will. They were sharing the ball around the horn. They were making their free throws. And I know the Suns were scoring points, but if you actually watch the game, the Suns just couldn't buy a three ball in this game. They couldn't hit open threes to save their life. I know Devin Booker in this game, if you look at this, I know Devin Booker in this game had 32 points, but it made it hard on him. DeAndre, and he had 27, but it made it hard on him too. He had to get his shots outside the paint. And Chris Paul just didn't have it tonight. But Klay Thompson, he was unstoppable in the first half. And then Jordan Poole pretty much kept the ship on water, scoring 10 in the fourth quarter. And he was absolutely Poole-tastic in the fourth quarter. And Chef Curry, what can you say about Chef Curry? Splash. Bang. Sayonara. 23 points for Chef Curry. And even Michael Green and Draymond Green were big tonight on both sides of the ball. So the Phoenix Suns pretty much had to lick their wounds, had to pretty much put this game on ice. For the Golden State Warriors, they continue to dominate their opponents at home. They're going to go 29-7 at home. And I want to throw it out there, Lou. The Warriors are a game and a half behind the Suns now after this game, though, which is big, though.
It is. It is very big.
Yep. So a minute 4 to go in the fourth quarter. Damian Lee on the drive, throws up the floater, no dice, rebound by Moses Moody, and the time is running out on Phoenix, though. Golden State up 123-108 on the Suns. Jordan Poole shaking and baking, feeds the beast to Moses Moody with the up and chuck. Moody with the floater, can't put it up at home. Jack Landale flies in for the board. 41 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Wish Rainwright feeds it to Cameron Payne. Payne pulls up a three, throws up a break, but Damian Lee right there with the putback. And that's pretty much all cosmetic at this point. 123-110, defending champs on top. No Jonathan Kuminga, no Andrew Wiggins, no problem. As Moses Moody clunks the three. No Gary Payne neither. But the Warriors did not break a sweat at all tonight, though. Here's Cameron Payne ringing around the ropes into Jack Landale with the beautiful score. But that pretty much just put the finishing touches on this. The Golden State Warriors shows who's the man. Shows the Suns who's the master. 123-112. Golden State knocks off Phoenix. They avoid the season sweep. And the Warriors are not even stepping with the Clippers for a Western Conference showdown. The Warriors knock off the Suns. They eclipse the Suns. 123-112. The Warriors with a big-time win at home, 29-7 at home. The Phoenix Suns on the road go 15-20 away from Footprint Center. And the Warriors show you why they're the defending champs until you knock their head off, man. Beautiful game by Golden State.
Absolutely.
Klay Thompson was on fire, man, especially in the first half. 33 points in the first half. Was moving off the curl, off the bounce. His jumper looks sweet. And I agree with Game Clock. He says the Warriors need home court to feel confident. You can say that because they're a great home team, though. They're a great home team. Did this guy just turn their fortunes on the road if they want to get back to the finals and win it all? But so far at home, they have been the boogeyman to the other 29 teams at home. For the Phoenix Suns, they just got to win on the road. They got to get Kevin Durant back, Landry Shamet back. Chris Paul needs to be impactful. Booker and A need to start off hot. Terrence Ross was bad tonight. He has to be consistent. And Monty Williams has to make the proper adjustments, though, if the Suns want to rewrite things, man. So that's my analysis of the game for the Warriors. They got to the hoop at well. They played good defense. And the Suns, they just got hit with a tsunami, and they need a life raft. They couldn't get out of it, man.
All the points you pretty much said, man. There's pretty much nothing to it. Nothing really much more else to say. They pretty much got it done. Game Cloud, shout out to Sly. Guys, hit the like button. He says, how do you remove the constant heart emoji right in the middle of the chat? I didn't even see that. Warriors need home court to feel confident. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
If Golden State finishes 5th or 7th, they're cooked because they're losing Game 7. Well, if they get to Game 7, depending on who they play. So yeah, they have to be at least 4th to get a first round series with home court. That's their best shot. That's their best shot.
That is true, though. And if I were the Warriors, the only team that I think they would beat without home court is actually 2 teams. The Grizzlies without John Moran and Brandon Clark and no Steven Adams. And also the Sacramento Kings, though. Those are the only 2 teams that I can see the Warriors beating without home court advantage. Other than that, I don't think they'll get out the first round.
So if you see what I have on top, in terms of the scoreboard for tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Lakers and the Pelicans tomorrow because the reason being this is a huge game for the Lakers and it's a huge game for the Pelicans too because both teams have the same exact record. And right now the Lakers are currently in a tie. Right now they're 11th right now, but they're in a 3-way tie because 3 teams have the same record as they do. The Pelicans and
they are. Yeah, Thunder? It's a 3-way tie. Yeah, Thunder, Lakers, and Pels. Yeah. And also the Jazz are now back down to 12 because they lost to the Heat. So, yeah. So it's huge. And don't forget, too, the Lakers are trying to win the season series, which comes in handy. Because remember, the Lakers are 2-1 against the Pelicans, and the home team has won every game to this point. Just want to keep it out there.
Yep.
So, I mean, we don't really need to check much of the final stats. I mean, I'll make this analysis. The Warriors were quicker to the ball. Their zone helped them, especially the 2-1 to the 2-3 zone. Andre Iguodala was big off the bench. JaMychal Green, Dante DiVincenzo, Jordan Poole was phenomenal in this game, especially in the 4th quarter. Also, Steph Curry getting the offensive rebounds, getting to himself to the line was big. Klay Thompson in the first half studying the ship, getting early catch and shoot threes, beautiful pull-up jump shots, playing good defense on Booker. The Suns just weren't ready for the fight, though. And I felt the Phoenix Suns, not just losing Kevin Durant, you're losing Landry Shamet. You lose another catch and shoot 3-point shooter, though. So that's big. And the bench was just bad tonight. Chris Paul didn't have it. DeAndre Ayton, I know he scored 27 points, but I never felt his impact. I know Book scored 32 points, but it didn't feel impactful to me. Monty Williams didn't make adjustments, and they just got to go back to the drawing board. But, Lou, you said that the Suns don't win the championship. You think Monty's gone?
Yeah. I think so.
Who will replace him then?
I don't know. Whatever coach is available that is going to actually take control of that locker room, because I feel like, to me, Monty Williams has already lost DeAndre Jordan. He's just dealing with him right now because
DeAndre Ayton. You meant DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton, that's what I meant. Sorry.
I get that.
Whatchamacallit, because the only thing that's kind of holding it back right now is the fact that they just got Kevin Durant. But the problem is that the Suns are not as deep because they gave up a lot to get him. So if they don't win, I can see, and DeAndre Ayton doesn't get involved in the offense because he's got to get involved. Excuse me. I can see Monty Williams getting fired.
Very possible. Losing Bridges, Johnson, Crowder. Yeah, Bridges, Johnson, Crowder, and 4 first-round picks and a pick swap to get KD. That's a lot, though. That's a lot. You lose defense, 3-point shooting. That's a lot. Man. Same thing with the Mavs with Kyrie. Trading away Vinny Smith, Dinwiddie, and some picks. That's big. To get Kyrie and Markieff Morris. And then with the Suns, they also got TJ Warren for the trade. So that's the thing there. So in your opinion, what do you think is the Suns' ceiling currently constructed? What do you think is their ceiling?
I was kind of comparing it to the Golden State Warriors situation. I still think that their ceiling is Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they're an NBA Finals team. And I feel like, to me, this year, I feel like that the championship is coming out of the Eastern Conference this year, not coming out of the West. Um, do they have a shot to make the NBA Finals? They do, but everything depends on their health. Everything depends on their matchup. And I said that this isn't the Golden State Warriors, because at least with the Warriors, they had some depth. And Draymond was in his prime, Steph was in his prime, and Clay was in his prime. This isn't really the case with the Phoenix Suns, is because the problem is, even though Steph is injury prone, it wasn't that bad. He played enough games for that. It didn't affect them as much when they had the other players. Chris Paul is injury prone and is past his prime. Devin Booker is in his prime, but he's constantly hurt. DeAndre Ayton has his share of injuries, and Kevin Durant is a 34-year-old getting injured too. So health is the biggest question for this team. People are trying to turn it into the Golden State situation, but it's not actually quite the same. It's not actually quite the same.
That is true, though. That's true. And also, another thing, too, what's going to hurt the Suns, other than Biyombo, and they don't have rim protection, man. They don't have real rim protection. Durant is more of a perimeter defender. Aiden could block shots, but he's lazy sometimes on defense. Chris Paul, he's a good defender, but he's not the old defenders he was with Houston or the old Clippers teams. Hell, he's some of the old defense he was with OKC in 2020. His defense hasn't really been the same. Devin Booker is a good on-ball defender, but he could play the cookie jar, and he could be a foul machine sometimes, though. I just think that the Suns are one more piece away. I think Phoenix is one more piece. I think a guy like a Pat Bev, if he was available, or a Derrick Rose off the bench can score, or even a Melo could help the Suns. What do you think, man? Because they need another bench scorer.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley will give them the toughness and the leadership that's lacking for Phoenix, because the thing is, if you look at it, they got pushed around by an inferior Dallas Mavericks team. So, and if you look at it, they do lack toughness. And I feel like getting a player like Pat Beverley is not only going to hold them accountable, but it's going to make them a more tougher team. Because the thing is, this team, the Phoenix Suns, they lack toughness. It's like, it's not only that they're a finesse team in terms of play, but they're a finesse team in terms of mentality. And getting somebody like Pat Bev would actually help. Freddie Gee says that you guys think that Bron is going to be healthy for the playoffs if they make it. No, Bron isn't going to really be healthy. You're looking at about 80%. I mean, this guy possibly could have had a Liz Frank injury. That was the same injury that I thought AD had when he injured it against the Nuggets off of Jokic's foot. And the thing is, if you have a Liz Frank, you're looking at 6 to 8 weeks, which is 2 to 3 months. So I don't know. But the fortunate thing for the Lakers is that Bron is off the walking boot. Now he's going to be reevaluated in about a week and a half to see what's the prognosis of the injury and if he's going to need surgery or not. The only good news right now is that he is off the walking boot. So that's all we know. The key thing is, I don't know how Darvin Scam, I should say, is going to manage this, because any wrong type of move and it's over for LeBron James for the season. And it's the same thing with Anthony Davis, because he's worse. LeBron's actually been more LeBron's actually missed a little bit more time than Anthony Davis has in the last 4 years, even though Anthony Davis, always disabled, has not really had an 80-game season his entire career. But I digress.
And also D'Lo's injury prone. I know D'Lo's been durable but D'Lo's injury prone. Austin Reeves is injury prone. Lonnie Walker injury prone. I mean, we don't want to assume injuries. We don't want to assume injuries because we don't know the future, but you got to worry about that. And the Lakers, look, they play fast paced now with Vanderbilt, Reeves, Walker hasn't played in a while, by the way. Beasley, Russell, AD, they play fast though. My issue with the Lakers, which I think is going to be their bugaboo, they're still not a consistent 3-point shooting team. And also, do I trust this team in close games against the higher echelon teams? I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to G Money for the call of the game. Phoenix loses this one 123-110 over the Golden State Warriors. We are coming back tomorrow for the Lakers versus the Pelicans at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you guys pull up for that. I am deadbeat tired. The funny thing is that I wasn't people could see my eyes closed, but that's because my computer was lagging off of this Melon app, this stream. And it looked like if I was like knocking out, but no, I wasn't. It's just that the lag made it seem like if I was falling asleep. But anyway, shout out to G Money for the call. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to hit the like, continue to hit the share button, continue to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the what is it, the Last Laugh podcast?
Yeah, the last laugh podcast. I'll send you the how about this? I'm gonna send you right now if you don't mind, Lou. In the private chat to make it easier.
You could just text it to me.
Or text it,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll text you. The Last Laugh podcast. So hey, Warriors win by an Ocean's 11, 123-112. So subscribe to Louis Sports Network. He brings the meat and potatoes of each sports story. Please crush those likes. Give the green check. It's easy. It's free. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Thank you for inviting me, Lou. Man, I can't wait for the playoffs, Lou. The playoffs are not only for us, it's for men. The playoffs is going to be juicy. It's going to be spicy. Can't wait for April 15th. It's the playoff. It will be the playoffs, baby. Thank you for inviting me, Lou. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do the Chef Curry on your pillow, too, tonight, like you did to the Suns today.
All right, no doubt, man. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll be back on actually later on today. So, bless up, live, laugh, love, chat together, stream together, family for life. And y'all already know the drill. I am gone.
You know, so many times, and I just wish they would just stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. I mean, he was, Michael Jordan. I'm Kobe Bryant. I mean, we're two different players, and I wish people would just let it go. It really annoys me because you can't compare.